Welcome to another episode of the D&D show with me. It's the Danny C show. It's season 3, episode 13. And I've got one hell of a guest for you today. I've got the one and only, very, very Irish, AntiTinkerbell. Come say hello.
Very Irish. Hello. How are you, Danny? I'm very, very Irish. All right, then.
My accent compared to yours is so strong.
I suppose if you're comparing accents, you're like, well, she's more Irish than she is English.
She's
like,
very Irish. How are you? How's things?
I'm doing all right. It's the end of the week. I can't complain. I think, like everyone else, we're all waiting for the reviews or even opinions to do with Borderlands 4. Yeah. I'm waiting for people's feedback because apparently it was supposed to be put out today. And, if you include the lads from Down Under last night. So I'm just kind of waiting and seeing what everyone's feeling about it.
24 hours early.
It is.
Very, very lucky.
Unless you change your clock and all these other little tricks and tips that you do.
Don't tell them the secret.
Allegedly, so the grapevine says. So it says. But yeah. All those lucky duckies getting ahead of people trying to play Borderlands 4. For me personally, I'm not in a rush. I just want to know the reviews.
Yeah, I get you. So we've had a little conversation before stream. Before we started recording, and we come up with some topics. We're going to deep dive. I think we're going to hit the what's the nail in the head. I think that's the saying.
Nail on the head, even.
Nail on the head. There, that's it.
Exactly.
So we're going to dive straight into Mixer.
Go for it.
A very personal subject.
I suppose.
We both partnered on YouTube at the moment, but both partnered on Mixer as well.
Yeah, and a long ago in the before times.
Yeah, before they sold us down the Swan to Facebook.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. How was your? Go on.
What? No. Go on. I didn't go over to Facebook myself though.
No,
as
me neither.
Know.
I was not going to Facebook. You couldn't pay me £1 million an hour to stream on Facebook. No offense to anyone who streams on Facebook.
That's it.
How was your? How did you find the whole Mixer experience overall?
I've said this so many times to other people, but even at that, like even talking about Twitch partnership, I was like, I don't think Twitch partnership would ever make a light compared to what Mixer did. Yeah. In my experience. Completely as a partner, I never felt more included and uplifted for a long time, mind you, time on Mixer. So it's like, how else can I describe it?
Yeah,
that's why I think I'm not in any kind of rush to do things because I did a lot of things on Mixer. Like I got to do the stage work and I got to go off to places and represent Mixer and got all the great advertisements, all the discoverability. So it was, I don't think it ever hold a light to the amount of information and knowledge and just the pure being looked after experience.
Yeah,
the only next up to that would have to be the lads at YouTube. I would say that. Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
But it was but I do miss it now and again. Absolutely. I don't miss the horrible parts of it, mind you. I don't think anyone was loving the horrible parts, but I do miss the community more so than anything else and how we all communicate and how we all got on and how we all pushed each other and uplifted each other. I do miss that. Yeah,
I feel like as a whole, Mixer was pretty good with everything that a streamer would ever want. The co-streaming side of it, the
interactive side of it.
The interactive side. We talked about the interactive side before the podcast. We were saying how it would change your stream having someone being able to play a little sound clip or
not just a gift or a sound clip or the promotion that I did for that game. Is it Call Me Jake or It's Jake?
Yeah,
I have to double check the name, but it was a game where everybody could take part in because of the very, very ultra super faster than light sync of the video for people. It was like a Skype call for people that they could sit down and interact with the game in real time. And it was a basic football game of big giant people. They even made me as a character, which I thought was brilliant. But it was fantastic because it was a case of people could actually physically interact with the game. And not only just that game, but there was tons of other people like diving into different games and causing interactive. Like I remember one guy was doing Mario 64 on his channel where people could just play it. I missed that side of it. I missed that. It was such a fantastic feature that I think a lot of people would take advantage of.
It's it definitely changed the dynamic of the stream when you had things like the fireworks going off. You could see like the fireworks in the chat. I showed you some of the old mixer stuff that we got sent out before. The bouncy ball. That bouncy ball. Oh my god, the amount of people that try to keep that up, and you can see it.
Like keeping the beach ball bouncing.
Yeah.
Like so people can actually understand this and people who are listening. So the way it works is somebody will initiate a ball and it would just start bouncing. And just imagine like a beach ball bouncing.
Yeah.
And as it was beginning to come down from its bounce to be less bounce, if you were to throw in like, what was this, more sparks towards it would keep the ball bouncing.
Spam the button.
Yeah, to keep it bouncing. And the amount of people trying to do records on it was like, if anyone was to take a page out of interactive and engagement, that one feature alone was perfect.
Huge. Absolutely huge.
Such
so
a
good
simple
as well.
thing. Keeping the ball in the air. That's the whole idea of it. Keep the ball in the air with your viewers. That's it.
Yeah. Keeps everyone interactive as well while they're watching stream. Gives them a reason to keep their phone in their hand. Keep their page active while they're there. And it just stood out so much. Like when the ball, like if you ever joined a stream and there was a ball going on, you'd be like, "Ooh, I want to get in on that.
Exactly.
I want to get in on that. I want to click, and you see a ball bouncing up and down on the screen trying to keep her up." I think if any platform could learn about that side of it, the interactive side, go and watch all mixer streams. Find the catalog of so many different interactive stuff they did really, really well.
There was other ones like I said this the other day. Mix it, guess it. I think it was Mix Guess It.
Yeah.
I have the app here. Hold on, I'm just gonna open up now because I'm just so like curious about it. Mix Guess, that's what it was called.
Yeah.
So I still have the app. I still have the app on my PC. Obviously, it won't work because there's no mixer anymore, so there's no server to connect. But it was exactly kind of like how Streamlabs have it. It was like predictions, right?
Oh, yeah.
So say, for example, I'm playing me Battlefield and people are like, well, I bet she could do a 500-meter headshot. Yeah. And other people are like, I bet she couldn't. And then the lads would use their sparks or their embers because that's what we had. We didn't have cheery bits or whatever they're called here.
Yeah.
But they had those and they would be able to put the bets in. And whoever won the bets, obviously, they would get some sparks or whatever ember back, but I would also get something as well.
Yeah,
it was a really good. It was a really good idea that never came off the ground. And I think there was like a few more apps where people actually got to test them out, but they never came out as well because it was just towards the end of Mixer, right?
Yeah,
something like that.
The ember side of it. So the currency that we had. So we had sparks, which were free, which you earned from watching streams. Yeah. Embers were the paid stuff, similar to what YouTube has as super chats and super stickers.
Yeah.
I honestly think if YouTube made a slight change to super stickers and made them appear on the screen, regardless of whether you're watching on a mobile or a PC, like it should just pop up on the screen as an add-on. It would change so much.
The old school Mixer way, exactly.
Like the train was it the Ember train?
Oh, the Ember train
that would come across the bottom of your screen when someone set, and it was a very expensive train one. I think it was like 60 quid, 60 quid, if I remember right.
Like that. I think it was something like that. I can't remember. I just remember the hype.
Yeah, I remember seeing it on getting on. I think I had 3 in the course of my 2 years on Mixer, and every time I was like, "Whoa!" Like that's a lot of money.
It was, yeah,
that's a lot of money.
It was very eye-opening as well, especially if you got that Ember train, because it was, even if you're playing your own game and you're concentrating your game, as soon as you see or hear it, it's just like, it would take up the whole screen.
Yeah.
Oh God, it was so
total
good.
Game changer. It changed the dynamic of the stream. Once again, it was something that made the stream more alive. It popped out.
Yeah.
Gave it some spark, whereas nowadays, there's not a lot of that.
No, and me personally, myself, especially on like the YouTube and Twitch side, which is fine, they have their limitations or whatever. But like I'm even still trying to do my research on like, okay, what APIs would work that I could build around, that I could make my own interactive. And I'm still thinking about it and trying things the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But it's the limitation of the platform itself
This
that
is just it.
they don't want to have it or the facility isn't there. But it's a case of trying to have that conversation with people in a constructive way, not like shouting at them. It's not going to work. Like, do this. Like, if you have something that you can actually present to them saying like, this is what occurs and this is what can happen and this is engagement because of these reasons and this is a positive because of that reasons and how would I roll out and this is how I'd roll out and this is how they would do it. But to get to someone to have that conversation, to get there, even if it's a case, like if I had that conversation with someone in YouTube or whatever, like hypothetical, I'm not looking for money. Like I'm not looking for recognition or anything. I'm looking to make the experience for the viewer even better. That's the main thing, right? Because I know I'm going to benefit in the end. You know?
I think in terms of platforms right now, the closest we have that will ever be able to do anything like an Ember Train or something similar in that way is YouTube with the super chat.
Yeah, it really is.
Super chats and not super chats, the super stickers.
Super
and
stickers
how they show up. I think that's the closest we're going to get.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's, which again, it feels like very, very
limited.
few years ago-esque. You know what I mean? It's very old. Not very, very old. Maybe it's not the word, but you know what I mean? It's been done.
Yeah. If we could have a way of customizing them, though, the super stickers, that would be really cool. It would feel like the mixer stickers that we could upload ourselves.
Yeah,
the 50 by 50, the 50 by 50 stickers.
Oh my God, they were so big.
Yeah.
And people used to spam them in chat, and it was great because, you know.
So clean as well. They just popped up on the screen on the chat in the little outline. Boof, have a sticker. And he would tell you how much you put for the sticker and stuff. So clean and so good.
I was only talking to Raw there the other day, and he sent me a lovely zip file of the animations of the old bots that Mixer used to have.
Oh my God, I've still got. He's very, very damaged because my dog chewed on it. Do you remember the yellow teddy bear? The bot?
I still have him. Yeah, Bebop.
He's very mucky because my dog had him before he passed away. But he's missing half a leg.
I have him in good nick. I have him all working, all fine. Still has a tag on it. Hildy was giving out about this. She's like, "You still have the tag in yours?" I was like, "Yeah, of course. I'm a nerd like that."
I still got my mixer cup and my mixer hoodie.
I still have all that as well. I still have.
There he is. There's the bot. Oh my God.
Yeah, like the I still have all the season 2 stuff, all the Mixer hype stuff, Ram Royale stuff, the hoodies, the onesie. There were so many. I have all the mugs. I have the flasks. Everything. It's all in a box. Literally, there's a box over there, and I've stored most of all of Mixer stuff in that box. So it's been like years.
If I went to a car boot sale or somewhere and I seen a Mixer cup, I think I would literally dive on it.
Stop. You know what? I got curious one day sitting on the toilet, as you do, and I went onto eBay and I just like Mixer. I just put it in, and somebody in a charity shop was selling a Mixer men's size partner shirt. I was like, should I just buy it for the sake of it?
Yeah.
Or like just kind of sat there and just looked and gone like, I wonder whose partner shirt that is.
See if there's a name on the inside, like see if there's a little
yeah, but I don't think they'll have a name on it, but like it just in general, like who packed up their stuff and said did a charity with you? Like I wonder who it was. Was
who
it
just
Ninja?
went, I've had enough of streaming. I'm done with streaming, have my stuff off.
This is it, like this is very it. I still have lots of stuff. I'll give you a better one. I have the Beam merchandise.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I remember my first interaction with Beam. I started on Twitch. I was looking around the different platforms. I come across Beam, and I found a channel. I think, what was his name? I can't think of his name, but he had a spaceship style just chatting screen. The name will come to me very, very late. I
have the snap band.
Ooh.
That we had from Mixer that has like a USB on the end of it.
Damn.
And I have tattoos, I have pens, and I have sticky notes or whatever they're called, and all the Beam. And I even have on my desk to this day is the Beam mouse mat.
That's mad.
Yeah,
now
so I still have.
Now I feel old.
Yeah, and then I'll show you the oldies. But like I still have all of that stuff. I didn't have the heart, obviously, to throw it away or anything like that because I felt like I earned it. You know, the kind of way.
Yeah.
And that was the main thing in my head, being like, well, I earned this, so why the hell should I throw it away? It's mine. You know what I mean?
This was something I had a conversation with. Someone when they said, "Are you going to burn your mixer stuff?" And I was like, "No, because if I burned that, that's something I worked my ass off to get, to get partnered and then get sent out a box to, with all the goodies in. I burned that. I want to keep it."
Yeah, well, that's your in my head, I'm kind of the point of like, that's my journey. You know what I mean? That's my stuff. I earned that. I'm not throwing that away. I remember the days going like, oh man, I wish I was part of blah, 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 blah. Like, I am part of it. Why would I throw it away? Like, it's stupid in my head, but that's me, but I'm not everyone else. And I don't want to come across saying like, it's stupid if you do that. You can do whatever you want. You're a pirate, you're free,
Yeah. And I think sometimes people do things differently. Like for me, when the end came for Mixer, I was just gobsmacked. I think
everybody was, to be fair.
I had just finished a stream. I had a nap on the sofa, and Dee rung me on WhatsApp and was like, "Have you heard
everybody
about
called everybody on WhatsApp because I got the same phone call too."
What do you mean have I heard about Mixer? I've just finished a stream. I'm having a nap. He went, "You need to wake up." And I went, "What?"
You need to wake up.
His words were, "You need to wake up. You need to wake up. You need to get onto it." And I was like, Don't say that to me. That's going to like really rile me up." And he went, "No, get off the video call. Get on Twitter now." And I went, "Okay." Kept the video call up, open Twitter, and I just went, "Whoa."
Yeah, like it was a similar thing. I did a Battlefield stream.
Yeah.
And lots of things were happening that day. I won't go into it, but lots of things are happening that day. I did my Battlefield stream. I told everyone, this is me doing my Battlefield stream. So if anyone has any questions, we'll talk about this later or whatever. Yeah. And everybody was super good. Like, I will say this, they were super respectful and super nice to give me that space to be like, I'm going to do my Battlefield stream, give it 2 hours, let's do our Battlefield stream, and then we'll talk about this later. And it was just that hour gap after the 2 hours that I was doing the Battlefield stream. Kind of like yourself, you probably went for your nap, as you said. I went down to have, I think I had like a cigarette or something like that just to relax, because I was like, everything is on fire today. And then before I was about to go live, I got a call from Nixie, and she was like, "Yo, girl, what are you up to?" And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "You need to jump into this. You need to jump into this call right now." I was like, "What call?" She's like, You need to jump into this call right now, girl, right now." I was like, "Okay." Uh-oh. And then that's when we all found out together, I guess. Yeah. So it looked like the word went out. Everybody called everybody. Again, this harks back to my first point. I miss the community of what we had.
Yes.
I miss it. Because everybody talked to everybody.
Yeah.
And nobody was like, "Oh, you're in your own little clique and you're not part of their clique, so therefore we can't talk to you." That shit did not exist at all.
The fact that we had a Discord server as well with all the partners in that we could interact with.
That didn't exist.
Yeah.
That didn't exist, yeah.
Yeah, one of them.
But it was one of those, yeah. And but no, in fairness, it was that kind of like, I was shocked, of course, like a lot of people, because I didn't think that direction would go that direction. Mind you, like us getting pushed over to Facebook or whatever, that's at least there's a landing pad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the moment they started saying like, this is the crack, we're going to be, announcing it now, it was like a July, and then it was the August or whatever it was that they started closing shop. And I just said to myself, you know what, I'm taking a year off. I was doing it for years and years and years, and I never took any time off. And I wanted to see if I wanted to keep doing it, Yeah. So it was an interesting, but it was a tough day.
Yeah, I remember that day. That day stuck with me for a little while when that finally happened.
Yeah, but I think the one thing I can take away, like, from the fact is that there was a lot of people who were understandably super upset. Like, I watched so many people bawl their eyes out, and rightfully so. You know what I mean? Like, rightfully so. We're all in love and passionate with what we had, and it was being told that, like, oh yeah, this is no longer happening anymore. It's kind of like a bad breakup with a great marriage, like, in a way, right? So that's how I felt about it. And it was just it was very hard to watch people as well go through it, and people trying to figure out what the next steps were, and am I going to be a Twitch partner now, and all this conversation. It was tough all over, I guess, to watch.
I think one of the other things that made it harder was knowing that you were starting again from scratch if you went to another platform.
Yeah.
So, like, there was people who already had a starting grid on, say, Twitch. Like, I came from Twitch. Me. Yeah. Yeah. I came from Twitch, then I went to Beam then Beam was bought out by Microsoft, and then I went to Mixer, and then I built up, I think it was 12.5k on Mixer. At the time when I left Twitch was, I think it was about, I just hit 2K. And then I went back to Twitch after Mixer, which is my only regret. The only thing I've ever regretted in streaming in the whole space was not going straight to YouTube.
Straight to YouTube. Yeah, I feel the same way as well.
I'm not biased in any way, shape or form. I love all the platforms. I think they've all got their own thing. But Twitch for me isn't feasible or doable when I'm doing 2 days a week.
Yeah, I can understand why you would be more concentrated in what you were doing as well. And I agree with you wholeheartedly that that's the reason why I left Twitch, right? Is I wasn't happy where I was. I applied when this is before times of affiliateship and all the shit. And I remember applying for the partnership and getting rejected like 3 times or something like that. And I was like, you know what? This is ridiculous. Like I thought I was hitting good numbers. I can't even remember what my concurrent was. I think I had like 50 concurrent or something like that. Something ridiculous. I remember seeing another guy in the same streamer team as me apply for the partnership through using a video he created with partnered streamers as references, and he got partnered. And I sat there going like, this is just I don't know why. Like, I don't know why I'm pouring so much effort into this place. You know what I mean? Where it feels like I'm not even part of it, and all. Like, it felt like high school in a way. Do you know what kind of way? Doesn't matter how well you work it, you're not in. You know what I mean?
That's exactly how I felt when we got to the end of Mixer and everyone was applying for Twitch partnership, because I think pretty much everyone from a Mixer partner went to Twitch and went, well, I'm going to use the fact that I'm partnered on Mixer as a betting chip in trying to get partnered on Twitch. Yeah. And then when people started getting no's, it was like, oh, well, hang on. That person matches me on views, follower account, and they've got it. Why didn't I get it? Did I not reply quick enough? Am I not good enough for you?
I waited a year and then I applied for it. I spoke to so many people, right? And the thing is that like I didn't even want partnership at all. Like to this day, I'm like, I'm just applying for the partnership just for the bit rate. Like I don't care about anything else. You know, I'm trying to build a business here, not try to like pacify you. Oh yeah. You know, with just being like, oh my God, I just want to whatever. But the whole fact of the matter is that like I remember taking a year off and then I applied for it and they're like, no, you don't have the numbers. And I was sitting there going like, well, I don't want to be like that streamer. Yeah. But I had more numbers than so and so and so and so, and they're partnered. You know what I mean? But the whole fact of the matter is that they went from one to another. I took the year off probably. Yeah. So I was like, I don't even know like if anyone actually looked at my application. I have no idea. Even when I recently applied saying like, this is what I have going on. I help launch these conventions. I'm also on telly, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, you got to have the numbers. I was like, this is bullshit. Like, what the hell?
This is the one thing with Twitch that, and I'm not anti-Twitch. I'm happy for every platform that's going, providing they don't cheat the system. Yeah.
Not from the conversations that I seen there a couple of weeks ago, if we were bringing up the whole alleged Twitch bot malarkey, whatever the hell it was, that they were like, we'll give you a forewarning that we're going to crack down on view bots. And then you see 2-day period where the
all
dip
the numbers
is
are dropped.
Allegedly, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just like, it's just kind of sitting there going like, like once you start losing that trust, it's just tough to gain back, isn't it? Like, especially if you're trying to feel, again, and I keep harping back to this, it's the fact of the matter that I am spoiled by Mixer that I compare these things. Yeah, right?
I'm very much the same. When I look at a platform, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something similar. Yeah,
I'm looking for you to hit near enough to the bar, you know, of what I thought was exceptional, right? Yeah. So it's kind of tough when I line them up side by side and I think to myself, well, Twitch won't give me a partner manager. Yeah. Twitch won't let me know on a weekly basis what I can do to improve my content. Yeah. Twitch won't be a quick contact where I'm like, hey guys, I have this query and I'm actually kind of concerned about X, Y, and Z. Yeah. Twitch won't have my back if I'm getting harassed. Twitch won't get my, you know, it goes on and on and on and on and on. Right. And all because I'm not a partnered on it. So I don't know if the partnership would change that conversation, but I feel like it wouldn't. Yeah. You know, and anyone who's a Twitch partner out there, let me know. I'd love to hear it because I want to hear all sides. I talk to people on Kick, Christ's sake. And I have my own reservations about Kick, but the people I know over there were also Mixer people. So I trust what they're saying. Yeah. So like if they're happy with what they're doing in their position and what they're involved in and how well they're getting on, again, I'm not going to bring up money or anything like that. That's their business. But if they're telling me they're doing well, I'm going to believe that they're doing well. And because I know their experience.
I'd be happy for them as well. Like,
exactly, yeah.
Everyone's journey is different. Everyone experiences different things. We're all we're all in the same boat. We're all looking for the same thing, most of us.
We're all trying to connect.
Yeah.
We're all trying to connect. We're all trying to grow.
Yeah, exactly.
And I always harp on about this. We are all in our own little cars driving this crazy highway, right? And that's why I enjoy the journey. Because I get to look to me left and look to me right, and I see Danny's up the road. And I'm like, hey, Danny, and I drive up next to him and we have a good conversation.
Yeah.
And I don't know where your turn is going to be next. I don't even know where my turn's going to be next. All I know is that in this vast highway that we're traveling, like somebody's car is going to be faster than someone else's, and somebody's car is going to be nicer than someone else's, and somebody's going to slow down, and somebody's going to speed up, and somebody may cross the lanes without actually using indicators. It's just the journey, you know what I mean? So like everybody, we all look like we're doing something similar, but we are doing all different things. Yeah. You know?
That is, if there's any new streamers that are listening to this, that is the journey that you need to listen to and take advice from. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone's journey is faster, slower, quicker, shorter,
fancier.
Like,
you know,
I think I'm average. Other people think I'm decent. I'm like, okay.
there you go. There you go. That's it. Sure,
to me, all I do, my reason for streaming is I want to give people a safe place to come and chill, watch me play a few games, have a chat, and then come back another day and do exactly the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's in it, like my own channel is like, the world's already hard enough it is, right? Yeah. This is only a few hours where we could just turn off, just forget about that for a couple of hours, right? And then just have a game of something, have a laugh, have a chat, whatever it may be. That's why I stay away from politics, because there's nothing positive in that at all.
I hate it when someone comes in with the first line of their conversation, of their chat is something political. I'm like, nope. I
have to put down my foot, and I've said this time and time again. It's like, I understand that the conversation you want to have may be important. However, this channel is not the avenue for it. There's plenty of other avenues and other channels that actually tailor to this. And fun fact, there is more political content on Twitch than there is gaming content. Okay, so you're gonna find someone. you're gonna find someone, and you can have that debate and conversation all day long. But the thing is that I'm playing a video game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we're like, I could be playing Animal Crossing, and someone would be like, "So anyway, what's happening?" And I'm like, "Please don't." Like I'm trying to fish. Like it's like you got to read the room. You know.
I'm trying to fish. I love that.
Yeah, like you're trying to You're literally just sitting there going like, you know, do 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 do, and someone's like, so anyway, the tariffs. I was like, for God's sake, I just want to play Animal Crossing, you know. But it's these kind of conversations that I like to have with people as well. Is that like, you know, like let's just talk about gaming or the state of whatever, you know what I mean? Like the politics stuff is just I know for a fact that no one's going to have a sound conversation about it. So let's not have a conversation.
You just know it's going to turn into an argument of some sort.
Or somebody will say something and you're like, oh no. And then someone will say maybe a slur word. And you're like, Jesus. Like you just, there's no winning. Do you know what I mean? So it's just a case of just leaving it to the side and like just being, I tried to not be aggressive with it. And I tried to be, I'm a very passionate person. Obviously people see me as being aggressive, but that's fine. Because of the Irish accent, I get it. But still at the end of the day, I can understand that if somebody wants to have that conversation, they can have the conversation, but they have to respect what I'm doing or you're doing. Is we're creating an environment where we can just switch off for a few hours, play some stupid games, talk some super shit, and then we'll go back to the real world, that we all have to deal with. But this is our mental break. This is our health.
This is what I was just about to say. When I do stream, that's my mental break from work. When I do the podcast, that's my mental break from streaming and work, because it's my way to sit down and just talk games. Talk games and streaming and chill. And just have fun, enjoy it, and take it all in.
That's it, exactly it. And if anyone's coming up as a content creator or streaming, for example, like I'm going to give you the one advice that no one talks about. I've been to so many goddamn panels, Danny. Okay, I've done too many interviews. I've done them all, right?
Do it.
And so the one thing, no freaking content creator has ever said aloud until I started saying it last year.
Go on.
One thing that content creation will never teach you, and you will have to gain this on your own, is patience.
Yes.
You're going to need...
Finally, hallelujah.
absolute patience in this job. I've been doing this 11 years, 10 years if you exclude the year that I took off, right? I'll be 10 years literally in a few days, right? I'm not doing any kind of like, my stream anniversary, because I'm not making Pokemon money, right? So we're not going to cheer that loud. So, but like the point of it is that like you have to have patience in everything that you're doing, right? You may not be able to hit the number straight away. You may not be hit the affiliate straight away. You may not be able to hit X, Y, and Z straight away. But you being persistent with it, it's good. You having the hunger to do it is fantastic. But more importantly, for you to have the patience of it is God sending. Okay, you need to have patience. I've lost my shit several times in this decade. Okay, with things, and I had to learn from them and be like, shit, I'm gonna have patience with this. I have to have patience. Like at the start of things, why aren't I getting viewers?
Yeah.
Yo, you gotta, when you're making food and you want to marinate that meat, you're gonna have to let it marinate. You can't be like slap it with a bit of sauce and then chuck it on. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. Okay. It's going to take a lot of fortitude in your own head. And I've had conversations with even up and coming. And again, I don't want to call people small streamers. You're not a small streamer or small content creator.
Let's throw that shit out.
Throw it out. Throw it out. It's gone, right?
Stick it out of your vocabulary. Get it
out of your head.
You are a content creator.
That is up and coming.
Yes.
Okay? You're an up and coming content creator. Even if you're 0, even if you're 100, even if you're 200 and whatever, right? You're up and coming. You are on that grind, right?
Yeah.
You're still going. I'm not an up and coming streamer. I'm just an old streamer. I'm an elder at this point. Okay? I'm here long enough to understand when there was a time where YouTube didn't have live streaming.
Yeah.
Like I'm that old. Yeah, even beyond that, I know places like Hitbox doesn't exist anymore.
Oh my God, now I feel old.
Yeah, there's the Goldilocks. But like at the end of the day, like it's patience. I've had the conversations with myself going like, oh, I had so and so many viewers and now I have less viewers today. Why is that? It's my fault. I did everything. No, you didn't. People are going back to school. It's September. Calm down. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's things like that. Oh, well, like why haven't so and so and why did that person subscribe to my YouTube and no longer subscribes? They could have been banned on YouTube. You don't know.
Yeah. You never know what they've actually been up to.
Exactly. But the thing is, I've been in those up and down roller coaster. Like, it's my fault. I'm obviously doing something wrong. Me, poor me. But the reality is it isn't. You know?
Completely
So,
agree.
like, it's these things.
And the patience side of it comes down to learning as well. Like, people are so quick to just get on the streaming train and just be expecting to grow 100 viewers a stream when they've just started.
Unless you are botting your wonderful account, sure, go off, King. But on the reality of organic, that's not how it works, and that's how it'll never work unless you hit it lucky. Unless you become the Hawktua girl of live streaming. Then go off, queen. But like besides that, it's literally I joke about this all the time on stream. Like if I have to like adjust my arse or something like that, or I gotta fix me top or something like that, it's like, oh, I'll go into the next room and do it because I don't want to go viral for all the wrong reasons, right? Yeah. Nobody plans to go viral. Do you know what I mean? With some stuff, like if I was to plan to go viral, I should have went viral ages ago by having my arse hanging out, or I don't know, right? Or say shit like the Hawktua girl, I guess. But like I'm not. So, but that's the reality of the situation. Unless you are super freaking lucky.
If you've got something that goes bang, like a clip or a short or something, and you grow from that, then you know,
then happy days. But the thing is that what I'm also seeing as well, like on TikTok or whatever, is people trying to make small clips to go viral. Yeah, they're trying to plan the viral. Yeah, and it should be all natural, baby. It's all natural, organic, but. It's some people are putting themselves into real rough positions by trying to go quote unquote viral. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like kicking in neighbors' doors or something like that. I seen that one. That was just weird.
I seen one of someone trying to pretend to be run over by a car and actually got hit by a car, and it's just like, oh my God, what are you doing, you stupid idiot? Stop!
What
trying
a
to
plank!
Plan. Yeah,
lads, if you're going out and doing that, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. You have two heads. That makes you twice as stupid. Right? Do you understand that? Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, because I don't know, like, because if you're planning that, like, Jeannie Mac, like, who reared you? Are they proud? Yeah. Like, if my mother and father found out the shit that these guys did, I am telling you now, I would be begging for the police to lock me up. Yep. Begging. Yeah, like I don't know about you, anyone else has been reared, but like I have enough ability to be inside to be like, my father would be beyond disappointed and I could die 1,000 times. I think it's best I get locked up by the police. Like that's literally my mindset. I would rather be put into solitary confinement
Oh,
than
yeah.
my parents realizing how much of an F up I was. You know? Impossible. Wrecks me.
While we're on the subject of going viral and all that sort of stuff, we're going to rewind a little bit back to Mixer. Do you remember the whole Ninja Shroud
debacle
moving over thing? And how much
Shroud
did you see any change in your streams when they joined? Like, did you find a climb in numbers when they were on the platform? Because I saw nothing.
I didn't see anything like, oh wow, I'm big bucks viewers now. No, that never occurred. If anything, like if anything, I had good concurrent.
Yeah.
During Mixer, I had like 900 concurrents at one point. Like. I was too busy, having my own good time to worry about Ninja at all. Yeah. But I remember the hype around it. I didn't see, the only thing I seen difference was the fact that we had, like, everyone was hyped that we had Ninja.
Yeah.
And seeing what could be brought to the table, I guess.
Yeah, I remember being in work when his first stream went up and he had like a massive countdown. I think it was like a 30-minute countdown or whatever it was for the first one. I can't remember exactly the numbers, but I remember I was in my workplace. Now that it's safe to say, I was working for a bar company that starts with R, that does cocktails. I was on my bar 2, setting up my bar for a cocktail masterclass, and I've got my phone in my hand with the Ninja stream on it, like just seeing it just blow up, just like... Like people, like the numbers just climbing. And I remember saying to one of the guys that knew that I was streaming on Mixer, knew I was partnered and everything. He was like, will I do anything for you? And I said to him, do you know what? I don't know. Don't really care. As long as it's positive when he comes over.
Yeah.
And there's no There's no
drama. Bollocks. Because we were all very like, I don't want to speak on behalf of anyone else, but I'm just going to go with the tone of what I felt, I guess, at the time, is we were very much the opposite of how Kick was for Mixer. It's probably the best way to describe it. Like, we were all working together. We were trying to be like good boys and girls in a way, you know, the kind of way. Like, we were trying to show that we could be better together than what was a Mixer or whatever it was. Yeah.
I liked I liked having that big name on the platform. Not that we didn't have big names at the time with our own homegrown talent. Seeing people grow up and everything, and seeing people's like be massive, be on the front page. There was a section on Mixer, I can't remember what they were called. What were they? They were little places with like a vertical view of your photo. What was that called? Do you remember that on the front page?
Oh, the dashboard?
Yeah, there was a dashboard there with like highlighted streamers for the week or whatever it was.
The six panels that we had. Yeah, because it was on there and it was on the Xbox as well.
Yeah, I remember that coming up, and I remember submitting my photo, and I said to D, I said, I bet you I'm not getting on that. And he went, why not? I said, trust me, I believe in my own content, but I'm telling you now, I'm not getting on that. And then the same day he went, oh, I've just submitted my photo. He said to me, hang on, I've just had a notification, and his photo and his thing was up there. I was like, what are you doing to me, boy? Like, you literally just submitted to it, and he went up straight away. And we had the same partner manager as well. That's so how I knew. Yeah, that's how I knew. I was like, I'm not going on that. That's definitely not me. That's not made for me. That's not my thing.
Your niche.
Yeah. I was like, that's definitely not getting me on there. No way. And I was right. I didn't go on there at all the whole time it was up. And I was fine with that because I knew I wasn't that big of a person to go on there. But I thought it was for everyone. Everyone that was part of it, I thought it would have been.
I assumed that was for everyone as well. Like, I remember I would apply for stuff, and like I remember, I think it was Women's Month or whatever it was, and it was around the time of St. Patrick's Day, and I was so adamant about getting St. Patrick's Day. I was like, I need to get St. Patrick's Day, like, for Women's Month to be fantastic. Just let me have that one day, you know. And I was crying at them. I was like, there's not many Irish birds here. There's me and Lulu, and that's it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's it. Like, we need to have this. And I applied for it, and I got it straight away. And I remember they gave me an extra day for Women's Day, and then I can't remember who it was, and I won't mention their name either, just for the sake of you know, being respectful for them. But they didn't get Women's Day, and they were new partnered, right? They were brand new partnered and everything like that. And I could see like the regular people were getting all the slots or what have you, and I had literally an extra slot. And I said it to my partner manager. I was like, "Is there any chance that I could just give that person my slot, because I already have St. Patrick's Day? Like, there's no need for me to have 2 days. Like, And they were hemming and hawing about it, but like, oh yeah, well, we have that assigned for you, and oh, we have that sorted and everything. I was like, I have 2 days in the month of promotion. She is a new partner. She should have the opportunity. And she ended up getting it in the end. So it was good. But it was a case of me having to like really like, and then again, that was myself back then as well. It was always me pushing and saying it out loud to people until like, oh, we better change that, or oh, we'll just that, or yeah, you should totally do that. You know,
one thing with Mixer that I did like was when when we were all in the partner Discord and something came up and they would post about it and they say apply for this. So like it was when we used to get free games. Do you remember
promotions?
The what was it called? The Division 2? I think, or the Division 1?
I did the Division 2 promo. I remember that because it was a part of E3 in 2018 or something like that. I applied
for that one.
Yeah, it was good. I got that sorted, and it was Gears and Sea of Thieves was my baby that I applied for, because I was like, I need to see what Sea of Thieves is all made up as, because it was going through the alpha testing at the time before it was released. Yeah, and me and Ginger Ale got to test it out. It was fantastic time. And shout out to Ginger Ale. If it hadn't been for her mentioning the fact of motion sickness, they probably wouldn't have implemented it.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I feel motion sickness. And they're like, really? Motion sickness? How do you feel exactly? And we submitted everything. And it's like, warning, may cause motion sickness. We're like, yay, making changes.
I played it once and I got motion sickness. I was like, nope, this game's not for me.
It was a big deal. Like, it was a big deal. Because I came on, the way they did it was actually really fun, because the way they did alpha testing is similar how they do it now, is that like they'll get it in sections, as in like you have a slot with a partner to do it with another 2 people. And I remember it was 2 partnered YouTubers from England, and it was me and Ginger Ale doing it with them. And there was no skeletons, it was just boats, it was islands, and it was war, and it was just great crack, right? Before they implemented the music or anything like that. So we were floating around there, and I was eating candy, and she was giving out to me. She goes, I don't know how you can eat while playing this. It's like, yeah, it's great. Like, I feel sick. I was like, but it was all. It was just those promotion times were great as well. And I think I did a promotion for like, I did it with Hildy, and I think Poon, and I think someone else for Siege. Yeah, I remember that, or 6, and I just like, I only played it that time, and I won't go back to it. So
I remember playing it for the first time, and I was like, hold on. I feel this weird emotion. I was like, no, this I can't do this. This is making me feel really, really like sick,
ill.
Yeah, and it was one of the reasons why I was oohing and ahhing about trying VR for the first time, and then I tried it and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no, VR.
£100 on freaking VR, and I was like,
and I can't use it.
Yeah, and I tried. I really, really tried to get into VR. I really, really tried, and I was like, okay.
I still have my VR. I haven't updated actually since I think a couple of months now, but I have the Quest 2. Yeah. I've yet to even plug it into my PC. I've never used it on my PC, but I bought like a paint app for it, and I played, what was it? You know, that game that has all like the red fellas and are trying to shoot you, and you slow down and then you get back up, and you know the one I'm talking about. That one. I played that one an awful lot as well. Never got motion sickness with it, but if anything, I got too warm.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. And Beat Saber, that's another one.
That's it. I'm quite limited in space where I am. I've got my PC set up in an alcove in the living room. And I've got my boxes behind me, so I'm very limited for space. And the first time I tried playing VR, I remember kicking my desk, the foot of my desk, and I was like, no, this isn't for me. And now it lives on my box shelf, a £200 box shelf.
£200 box shelf, and it looks pretty.
Yeah, it looks pretty in the background. Let's go to the YouTube experience,
right?
Because I feel like we've talked a lot about YouTube in this part, and I feel like it's just more of a catch up than.
Well, if anything else, let's dive into YouTube. Both of us have been on it now, streaming and grinding away with it. Like, my current experience with it is I enjoy YouTube a lot. The only thing I'm not enjoying too much is that, like, now and again I will get like messages on my live chat. Like, one fella came in here and asked me, did I know what BDSM is? And I'm sitting there going, you look like you're 12 in your photo.
Yeah.
So like that's been happening, and like I don't know how to deal with that crap. Like, I really don't. So I just delete them and mute them or what have you. But I never had this issue. This is one thing I'll point out. This is only on live shorts. This doesn't happen anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
not on Kick, not on TikTok, right? We're talking about TikTok people, right? Right? Like, it doesn't happen there. Doesn't happen on Kick, right? We're talking about Kick. Yeah. The green place. Yeah. Doesn't happen on Kick, right? Get that. Doesn't happen on Twitch, okay? Yeah. Read that in for a second. Only happens on YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
Like, I had weird messages yesterday from someone asking if I was high as a kite and all this other BS stuff. One guy told me to go back into the kitchen. First of all, that's an old ass joke. Be original, right? Second of all, is that you telling me that you can't feed yourself? Because that's all I'm hearing.
That's what it sounds
I can't take care of myself. That's what I hear. Like, go to the kitchen, make me a sandwich. Do you have arms? Is that the problem? You don't have any arms, or like, what's happening? Like, and I don't want to be too mean, but I have to be honest with it, because I'm sitting there going like, these are like probably like young fellas, young fellas,
I tell you what, I did have my first graphics person trying to sell me graphics the other day when I was streaming on YouTube. I haven't had that on YouTube like.
Oh, I haven't had that in ages, actually, thinking about it now. I think it's because I put up a video.
That was on Kick and Twitch. That was the last time I had that.
I cannot remember. The last time, I think I actually have it recorded when I had it last time. Someone came in and they were making a great effort to interact with me. Yeah. And then they dropped looks like you need some graphics. Yeah. And I'm like, did you just try to build rapport with me? And then ask me, did I? Yeah. You know what the more upsetting thing is, that they insult the person who did my graphics. I'll have you know, the person who did my graphics, okay? Her was fantastic, okay? Yeah. I will fight you to the ground. She is lovely. The fact that she was able to put a rifle over my head with my name is perfect, okay? I'll fight you in the comments below. But it was that kind of, like, it drove me bananas. I made a clip of it. I was playing like Sniper Elite, and I was like, do you see what you're doing right now? Like, this is the thing I don't get, Danny, okay? And someone's going to have to sit me down like a little 5-year-old on their lap and explain it to me, okay? Because I don't understand this. Why?
Yeah.
Why? This is always a good angle for them to go in on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll go in, they'll be like, do you need graphics? It looks like you need graphics. Or like, reply to me and I'll give you graphics.
Yeah.
Whoever is telling you to do this, being like, it's a great idea, so get your business out there. They want you to fail. There, I said it. They want you to fail because they want you to get banned out of enough channels that they could just slip in and take your sale. To the point where I have already taken my business elsewhere. I went back to the same graphics designers that I know and said, hey guys, could you help me with this? Because this person inspired me not only to ban them, but to also look at upgrading my graphics a little bit. Just, give them a bit more shine or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not giving the business to you. You're inspiring me to feck off somewhere else. Like, that's what I don't understand. Is like, who is going out and saying you should do this into every single channel or on social media or whatever it is, or slipping into DMs, right?
Oh.
And saying this works. Like, I want to know who is saying that this has worked and they're making hand over fist cash. Because I'm not seeing it, Danny. Where are these people?
Where
it's weird.
They need to take a lesson. Stop spending so much time getting in people's DMs and get on Fiverr and create yourself a portfolio, for God's sake.
Get a social media together. Get your social media together. Show us what you got.
Yeah.
I want to see what you got. Rick and Morty style, big head style. Show me what you got, right? Like, that's essentially it. And anytime they have done this, I've gone in and I go into their profile and there's nothing. Yeah. Not a video. Nothing. Not a single to be given of what they're trying to upsell me. And I was like, you know what? You know why this is? You know why it's quiet? Actually, I have a theory for you, and it's only clicked in my head right now, Danny.
Go on.
You know why it's quiet? It's because AI has stepped in.
Yeah.
That's why it's quiet.
Might be why.
Because that could be it. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I feel like AI has something to do with it, that we're not getting contacted as much from all these top graphic designers.
Maybe they're just like, I give up at this stage. I may as well actually do some work and do some portfolio building. Or
they could be the same people that are actually making up the AI images and claiming to be graphics designers.
It's true.
Like, we don't know. But like, all I know is that somebody out there is telling these poor people to go into people's channels and literally F up their chances of getting graphics. Because I said, you're going to come at me about getting graphics or whatever, I'll go to someone else. It's no problem.
Yeah.
Like, it's no matter. Like,
is it just me, or has Discord got really, really bad for that? Having people DM you from joining servers and then trying to sell you graphics as well.
No, I don't get that kind of. I
must be in the wrong Discord then, because I'm getting shitloads, like practically every other day.
turn off some settings. That's what I end up doing. I turn off a bunch of settings. Like, do you want everyone to message you? No. Off. Like, that's like, because like I've mentioned this before. I would get DMs that don't make any sense. Like Xbox DMs. Mammy, does that mean I'm your daddy? That was one DM. I was sitting there going like, what in the hell is happening? I get like DMs like, are you female? I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Like, does this look like eHarmony to you? Like, what is happening here? You know what I mean? Like, it's a bit mad.
I know.
Like those kind of like, I get like those kind of DMs. Like, they'll try and send me a picture, but obviously it doesn't display because thank God Xbox is like, nah, girl, you don't want to see this. You know what I mean? Like,
do you remember when Mixer went on the Xbox for the first time?
Yes.
And everyone figured out that you could message a streamer by clicking on their profile and then
send them an Xbox message. Yeah. It was Beam at the time as well. I have the pictures of the promotion. I was there. I was the first in. In. And good times. But then we laugh now. It was great. It was great times. It was a good promotion. And then what happened was obviously the platform evolved, and obviously it was great with Mixer and blah 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 and the Xbox and stuff. And then like people are adding you as a friend over and over. Yeah. It got to the point towards the end of Mixer, right? Me, I think Hildy, and I think it was me and Hildy, and we were doing something or other. And we had to use our Epic accounts to play. I don't even remember what we were playing that was on Epic, right? But she got real cheeky, funny cheeky, right? She's like, oh, look at you. I'm trying to add you as a friend. And it says your friend list is full on Epic. I was like, I have an Epic account?
Yep.
Yeah, didn't realize it was attached to my Xbox. No, not notion. Had to go in. I see there's over 5,000 friend requests. Yep. I'm like, oh shit. How am I gonna you can't add any friends, it says, as I tried to add my only friend, my first friend on Epic, right? You can't add any friends. I had to go in, try and delete as many people as possible, right?
Yep.
Try and add her as quick as possible, and then boom, you have 4,999 friend requests. Yep. So it didn't matter how many times I deleted the 4,900. It just kept coming, right? To the point where I had to contact Epic and say, hey, Epic, I have a real problem right now. And they're like, okay, we'll give you a hand. So you deleted off all of the friends. Apparently there was in the 10,000s friend requests, right? And they set my account to like no one's to add me as a friend. So I have to add people as a friend going forward, which I'm totally fine with. Yeah. You know what I mean? Say my name, please. No.
Yeah.
Such a weird people now.
Oh,
like,
but
so
it's funny.
it was a different time. It really was. It really was.
That's made me laugh so much. My throat is tingling from laughing so much.
Like, no, like it was just like between that and then like people be adding you as a friend on the Xbox and everything like that. Like I still get it to this day. I can tell you right now.
I've got so many pending friend requests on Xbox. It's unreal. I'm just like, I don't know you.
It's and you know what? Like I'm not adding anyone as a friend anymore. Like I'll add people at my own leisure and that's fine. But like, you know, people can't be like, you can add me as a friend, because you know what's upsetting me as well, right? Ever since the whole like, add me as a friend and we can play games together. I love playing games with other people and I don't mind. As long as you're regular enough and you're around enough or maybe you're OG, I will add you as a friend and we'll play together. But if you're like these one night stand people, okay?
Oh, yes.
They're like, add me as a friend and then they just disappear. Like, what am I to do with this? You know what I mean?
I never thought of it that way. I love it.
Yeah, they're one-night standers. They're like, hey, add me as a friend. I'm not a Pokemon for you to collect.
Oh,
do you understand? Like, Tank,
so
why
funny.
are you asking me to say your name? What is wrong with you?
Say my name. There's something.
If no one is around you, say, baby, I love you if you ain't running game. Say my name. I'm not going to DMCA me for this. That's the Irish edition. But like, no, in all seriousness, it's a case of like somebody will be like, oh, I'll add you as a friend and I'll play. Okay, cool. Where are you? Oh, I can't play right now.
Yeah.
I was like, so why the hell am I adding you as a friend?
So many friggin' times.
And the thing is, if you delete them, you're the bad guy.
Yeah.
Hey, my guy, you never showed up. Like,
my favorite was the front page of Mixer. Go on the front page of Mixer playing a game that anyone could join like really, really quickly, like Forza or Call of Duty and stuff like that. I remember on front page of Mixer, 2,557 viewers, I think it was, if my screenshot in my head still says that. My follow notification is constantly going off in one ear.
No. I I had
chat.
to turn off everything.
Yeah.
I had to turn off everything.
Yeah,
Like the
I
alerts had to be turned off.
Yep.
I had to change like even I even changed the alerts like to that point because it was just like I understand that these people are young. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I understand that you're young. Okay. I understand that you're babies. And I get it that you're like, oh my, I feel acknowledged. That's great. Yeah. I acknowledge you. But like when it gets to the point where it's like over and over and over, you're like, you know, I have no patience, right? Like, you know, right? I don't want to become across the dick. But it's just very, oh man, it's just, I don't understand the psychology around it. And I don't know why I try to search for the answer, but it's not going to happen, you know? But even at that, like, I understand why people want to play and it's the fun of it. But my God, I can't, I have to start charging people now at this point. It's going to be 50 euros a reply, basically, you know? That's the only way to throw them off.
I remember there was that particular feature on the front page and my alerts were going off and I got to the stage where it was like, right, I need to pause this game. I need to turn off my alerts. I need a second to compose myself because it's just bing, 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 bing. Constantly the alerts are going off. And I got people in the chat going, can I join? Can I join? Can I join? Can I join? And I'm just like, oh my Christ, what the hell is this? And then out of nowhere, go on.
We used to do giveaways for the laugh, right? Yeah. So, you know, the pixel chat music sounds, you know, when you do the giveaways, it had like a great little bop to it. So it got to the point where we would get people coming in and be like, you doing a giveaway? We're like, oh yeah, we're doing a giveaway. Who are you giving away? We're giving away your legs. They're like, no, it's like too late now. Let's start the music. Who's in? And everyone would join in. Everyone would be on the, you know, on the buzz of this, right? Just taking the piss. Yeah. Because we all had this conversation so many times. Like, next person comes in, we're going to give their legs away. You're like, yeah, I could do with some toes. And then we put it in, and a person would panic. They'd be like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean I'm the giveaway? It's like, you're the giveaway now. You shouldn't open your mouth. We'll start the giveaway. Let's start that wheel. Everyone's like, yeah, giveaway. To see all the name. I would change the scene. I would have all the names up of who's going to be, like, taking home that poor chap. And the panic would be real. You know what I mean? Like, no, I thought it was going to be an actual giveaway. It's like, too late now. We're giving away your legs. Like,
the one thing that used to wind me up, that still winds me up to this day with streaming, is why do viewers think that streamers have all these infinite codes that they can give out for games, or buy me V-Bucks, or buy me Call of Duty points, or
I don't battle coins or whatever the hell it is. I think I don't know. I think it's probably the perspective of if they're watching the likes of like, I don't know, like Ninja or any of these big heads that would do all the games and do all the giveaways and all this other stuff, that they instantly probably, and again, it could be down to naivete or could be down to youth. You pick your poison, right? But they would go in and probably look at my display or your display because, oh gosh, she has all these controllers around her and a GTA picture and all this other stuff and a TV and all this other crap. You know what I mean? You know, she obviously has enough to, like, obviously she has codes to give away. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, you know?
I'll tell you one thing I've really quickly figured out. I need to stop mentioning that I have 3 screens. That seems to make people think that I have money to give games away. That's what I figured out.
They're all hand-me-down screens, lads. Sorry to, you know, burn that into everyone. These are hand-me-down screens. These aren't brand new.
I've had these things for like 5 years, for God's sake. They're not brand new.
That's it. But like, I think it's perspective of what we're like, because think of it this way, like if you're starting streaming, what's the first things you're going to be thinking about if you have a camera? Am I going to have a green screen or going to have like stuff displayed? And if you are like a collector or anything like that, you want to have your stuff displayed, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I think it's the psychology behind that. They're like, oh, well, she's full of V-Bucks.
Oh yeah. I've got on my backdrop, I need to turn my chair real quick so I can actually see it because I can't remember what I've got on you. I have, I've got
only 3 screens. I love it.
I've hey, it's 3 screens that make my work easier when I have to have OBS on one screen and chat on the other and Discord on another and a game in the middle. I've got what have we got? What are they called?
You're really hitting a nerve there. You're hitting a nerve.
I've got pop figures of the Power Rangers. I got them.
Really?
Yeah, I've got the red one, the green one, the pink one, the yellow one, the black one, the blue one. And I'm trying to find the Megazord. If anyone knows where I can get a Megazord pop figure, feel free to DM me.
I'll look over my neck of the woods because they're constantly selling them over here.
The only thing I'm missing is that Megazord from the original series. That's all I'm missing.
Maybe. I'll have a look. I'll have a look over my side. If I see it, I'll send it over to you.
I've got a Switch. No way, I haven't got a Switch. I've got a Sega Mega Drive, an Xbox original, the original Xbox. I've got a PS2, and I've got, where's it gone? I've got my controller boxes from over the years. I've got... I got my VR. That's on my boxes behind me. And a signed Mo Salah photo. That's what's on my backdrop. If people think I make enough money to give you games from that lot, you're off your friggin' rocker.
You're absolutely, you know what? I love delusions, and I would love to be in yours. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally how it feels. Like, some people are like a little bit out of the bin. I think the most creative thing I ever seen was Lost. I think it was Lost Drake. It was Lost Drake who changed his channel points to V-Bucks.
Yeah.
Just to like, hey,
God.
you win V-Bucks here. So you see, like, these kids are like, oh my God, I won V-Bucks. And you send them points and they're like, what's this? They'd be like, your chat points are V-Bucks. And these kids are like, what? It's like,
you said I won V-Bucks. No, you won chat points.
But he had it in his title. He was smart with this because he got a lot of viewership from it. It was clever. You got to give it to him. It was so clever, right? So he'd be like, win V-Bucks here. You know what I mean? Its channel points were V-Bucks. It was just... I was like, I remember saying, I was like, man, listen, that was mint. Well done. Like,
that was clever as shit.
Oh, that was fantastic. But like, even at that, like, I did some of the beta codes for people who wanted to jump onto Battlefield. And let me tell you, people are animals. Like,
on the subject of codes, what was the game that just died recently that Ubisoft were running? What was that bloody game called? It was like Call of Duty, just done by Ubisoft.
Oh, X-Defiant?
Yes. That bad boy.
Yeah, the quote-unquote COD killer?
Yeah.
Is that?
On the subject of codes, right? There was a friggin' big Twitter post thing about codes going out in an hour. You get emailed a code and 5 codes for your friend. I had the email. I was on stream at the time. I changed my game to X-Defiant. I changed my title. So I have codes. I kid you not. I've never had so many viewers in one stream in just popping up. Can I have a code? Can I have a code? Can I have a code? I was like, holy I should have done this years ago. If I wanted to get partnered on Twitch, I should have done this years ago. Every stream, I've got codes.
I think that's like, there's a secret sauce to it, right? In a way, like if you're trying to push like a certain amount of numbers or anything like that, do a giveaway.
Yeah.
Do a giveaway. Like it's
giveaway.
People will apply for a giveaway. Nobody's business at all. But it's one of these things, like if it's not X-Defiant, it's going to be Battlefield. It's not Battlefield, it's going to be COD. Like the moment people see either it's a game that everyone's anticipating, you know, fear of missing out being one of the conditions, right? And you see the codes, people are like, I've got to get in and get that. I've got to get it right now. I need it now. Because if I don't have it, you know, so-and-so might have it and I'm going to feel left out or left behind or whatever it is. Or I'm trying to shove this into so-and-so's face and I want to be number one or whatever it may be, right? Like, I don't know what the psychological reason is that people would climb over people just to have a taste of a 2-day weekend of a beta. Like,
people loved codes, beta codes and everything.
People love codes. They really do. They love their codes. But going back to X-Defiant, let's talk about that for a moment. Again, it was called the COD Killer. That's the way it was promoted to me. And I went in and I was like, it's an all right game. Like, it wasn't like, oh, it's a COD Killer.
It wasn't great.
But it wasn't great. I don't even think that... Is that game even around now?
No, it's dead.
Like, forever.
Yeah, it's dead. It's they killed off after the last season. Ubisoft decided to pull the plug.
No way. I didn't even realize that at all.
Yeah.
It was a horrible mashup of Division and Siege characters. That I did not realize at all.
I think if they had gone basic, create your own classes, kind of like Call of Duty, it may have had a chance, but there was nothing
there that would save it.
Yeah.
But even at that, talking about mashups or inspos, Delta Force.
Yeah.
That was one game I stayed away from until it got on the console because I was like, I will not play this game until it's on console for obvious reasons that beforehand my PC wasn't upgraded. By the way, I have to upgrade my my stats on my Twitch to let people know that I'm not rocking old hardware. But anyway, I'm rocking AMD now. I'm an AMD bitch. So finally. But what was I saying? The game, yes, Delta Force, right? So that was available on PC for a while. I heard every angle of it, right? But the way people were coming at me going like, oh, it's like Battlefield. It's basically a rip-off of Battlefield. It's Battlefield, right? Like, okay, right. I'm eventually gonna have a look at this game eventually, right? Because obviously, like, I've seen people play it and it does look like it has a feel of Battlefield to it. Like, I can't say like it's a rip-off or anything like that. Like, games can be inspired. We've seen so many different games being inspired. Good example is Breath of the Wild and Immortal Phoenix Rising. If you don't know Immortal Phoenix Rising, Google it right now. I thought it was a fantastic game. It's a very Breath of the Wild-like game. but it's all based on like Greek gods and stuff like that. The release DLC, by the way, full disclosure, was sent to me, and this was years ago, and to the point where I bought the game physically because they sent me the digital code. I bought the game physically because I liked it so much, right? So that's where I am with that. So if you're thinking like I'm lying in bed with Zozo, I spent money on them. So, but like there's all these other games. But going back over to Delta Force, as soon as I went on the console, I was like, I'll try it on console, see what the crack is, you know. And the good thing is, Ginger Ale played it a day before me on console, so it's always nice to have that conversation with her and be like, how did you feel about it? Because she's not always a yes woman, you know. She's very again constructive. She's never mean about things, but she's constructive. She's like, oh yeah, I like the game, you should try it. I was like, well, if you're on it, can I play it with you? So I at least have a feel of somebody who has a feel of the game and who knows me enough, you know? Yeah. So when I jumped into it, it wasn't just a Battlefield game. It was a Battlefield game, DMZ game, and a Tarkov game. It was a happy Frankenstein mix.
Yeah, it's a mix of all three.
Exactly. But the thing is that got into my head. I was like, why did everyone come into my face and tell me it was Battlefield? I wonder if anyone else was having this conversation and playing COD, would they be like, oh yeah, it's a DMZ game? Like, I'm being in their face with it. Not being in their face, but you know what I mean? Like, not saying it that aggressive, but like just being very hyped about it, I guess, if you will, right? But like, it was that kind of like, I thought to myself, it's like, is it a case of like, because it's so akin to Battlefield that they know I'm part of Battlefield, so, you know, obviously the conversation would be around that, but why wouldn't they tell me the rest of the game? Yeah. Because this game isn't just one mode. This is like several different game modes. And the fact of the matter is that because the game is free, and again, not in bed with these lads, not fiddling with them, I'm in love with Battlefield. So as you can see myself. But anyway, like it was a happy little mashup marriage of different modes that kept it going. And they have a DLC called the Black Hawk Down as well. So there's like several different things to go on in this game. And the fact of the matter that it's free. Yeah, right?
It makes a huge difference.
Oh, like a huge difference, a massive difference. I'm sitting there going like, this game is free. And it kind of like tips on the bonnet of, okay, well, if you're not in the mood for your all-out warfare with like Battlefield, switch over to like the DMZ kind of style. Oh, if that's not your buzz, then switch over to like the Tarkov style. Oh, try the campaign. All for free. Yeah. Which I was sitting there going like, this is like, so where are they making their bank? Where are they making their money? Obviously the in-game charges or what have you, you know, when it comes to these games.
Coins
the tokens. Yeah, exactly. Which I can understand where that aspect is. But again, I was sitting there going like, I wonder if the conversation would have been different if I was playing Call of Duty. And they'd be like, oh, it's such a DMZ thing. Yeah. Tink, you love it, DMZ. And I'm like, I'll try it. So there is games like that out there that has the inspo and that do work out, and then there's some things that just fall flat in its face. Well,
like I've forgotten it's what it's called again. What's that game called we just mentioned? Yeah, X Divided.
That's why it's so failed. You can't even remember the name.
I can't remember the friggin' name.
It's it's like exactly what Reaper said. It's all these how many games that are trying to replace, you know, the Call of Duties, the Battlefields, the Fortnites. You know, like what is the one that's going to take over to make it better?
This is just it. Like you look at the current list of games. You've got Fortnite, Call of Duty, Battlefield, PUBG, Minecraft. That's like a solid core of games. If you want to overtake one of them, you need to bring out something that works from the get-go.
Yeah, A, works from the get-go. B, you got to bring something new to the mechanics of the game. Yeah. If you have something that is so basic that nobody puts into the games, and you pop it into your game, you making the user of that game's life quality so much better, right? And it's all to do with that, the quality of the life of the game. Yeah. Good example, I always harp on about this, but like the best example for like indie games or anything like that would have to be Cult of the Lamb, right? Yeah. When they released that, they also put on a roadmap to show like what their plan was for the next whatever year it is. And then obviously question marks of because they can't predict the future, what way the future goes to a certain extent, but they had an idea what they're doing. Yeah. Now, the little updates that they do, like simple things like one point of the game, you have to do like a little, I don't know, ceremony. And then during that ceremony, you're supposed to be pulling out fate from people, right? Yeah. It's a very funny game. You should play it. Imagine Animal Crossing was made by Tim Burton. That's it. That's it. That's all you have to think about, right? Because it's dark. But the whole point of it is that they gave me a countdown. So instead of me waiting for like a bar to go from A to B, they gave me a countdown of when the bar was going to complete A to B. And I was like, it's the smallest thing in the world that makes the quality of the game huge. Oh, yeah. That you're like, oh, we'll put a timer down so that way you have an idea what's happening instead of you just kind of waiting and not knowing when the bar is going to be full. It's a stupid thing, but it's a tiny thing that makes a huge difference in a game. And if they're able to pull that kind of quality out in a game and pop it in where you're like, this is different. I like this. This makes more sense because it's actually much more practical than A, B, or C game, you know?
Yeah.
That in itself.
It's nuts how something so original or different can be a huge, what's the word I'm looking for? A huge difference to a game. Like Euro Truck Simulator, for example, has, now they've implemented multiplayer after a third-party company came in and made Truckers MP.
Yeah.
So like, and then the original company have gone, oh, hang on, that works. We need to implement that. Let's have a look at that. And then they've started pushing that out. And now they're putting Euro Truck on consoles. That's
it. That's competition, baby.
Yeah.
And that's what that's what's healthy all around to go. Like when it comes to building your IP or building up your product itself, you know, like fair enough. Like you could see other competition be like, oh, well, they did this slightly different, but like, what if we were to evolve this direction? It keeps everything healthy and keeps everyone moving forward instead of giving up on one thing. Like going back to the state of games. Like if we're talking about state of games, let's talk about Call of Duty situation. Oh my God. You know, like, and again, I have to make this perfectly clear for people. Although you see all the Battlefield stuff around me, okay, I was a big Call of Duty person first. You have to think of it that way. I started on Call of Duty way back when on the original Xbox for Call of Duty 2 online. That's how old I am. Google it. I don't like talking about 20 years ago. Anyway, but like when we're talking about the state of games and how games are getting on, the Call of Duties, the Battlefields, and of course you want to bring up retro games as well. Like I feel, and I've said this during the start of the year, and I'm pretty sure I have it on VODs, on records, and everything like that. I have to peel back and find it. Where I'm sitting there and saying to you lads, listen, indie games are going to be the most top thing that any gamers want to buy going forward this year, right? The renaissance of the indie game is now upon us, okay? So, like, Silksong made that very clear. Very, very clear from the guys of Hollow Knight. Very clear. Like, I was reading articles to the point where this game should have been released a little bit ago, but the guys are having too much fun with the quality stage of it. I was like, if they're saying to me they're having too much fun at the quality stage of it, and they're still kind of like, well, we're not really working on it, we're just playing the game, that sounds great. If it's a case of, like, the budget's going to be $20, to the point where the pirating community of gaming is like, yo, this game is so good, I actually had to buy it, and I recommend anyone else that pirates games to buy this game. And even to the point where people are like, well, I'm trying to avoid the whole $80 or $100 mark, and the fact that this is $20, not only did I buy it on Steam, I bought it for my Nintendo Switch as well. I was like, God damn, like, this is like, it's going to take a lot of kick up the arse, in my professional opinion, when it comes to these guys on the indie side. They're going to be the guys that are going to be pulling the awards. They're not going to be like all these huge companies that are rolling out these huge games, you know? And I think it's going to be a case of like people kind of, especially content creators. And I've even talked about this with myself, thinking about like, there's lots of games out there that I want to jump in on that are indie games. Yeah. Like, I'm more excited to see what indie games are coming out this year, right? And my second excitement is Battlefield, and everything else is null. Yeah. Like I don't have anything else going like, oh, Borderlands is out and this is out. I have no interest in Borderlands because of the conversation that we had last time with Borderlands 3. And the conversation that the Borderlands movie came out on, to the point where the guy who created Borderlands or someone like that allegedly said, was asking people to go and see the movie, right? That throws me off, right? Yeah, that's cheesy. So if I'm sitting there going like, oh, you're going to get Borderlands? I was like, well, I know lots of people are going to get Borderlands, so I'd rather hear from them first before I dive into it. Because that's the thing I've been living with for a while, is that when there is a game coming out and people's anticipating it and it's day one release and all this other stuff, I know for a fact there's going to be a day one patch. Oh, yeah. Every game has them. It's standard. Are, huge. Right? And then maybe after a week, there's probably going to be another update for whatever buffering reasons or nerfing reasons or fixing things or whatever it may be, right? I know all that stuff is there. So I wait over a week or so before I dive in on that game. Like, I didn't even go near Helldivers. I'm thinking about getting Helldivers too, but like budgets and stuff like that will have to wait, and that's how life is. And the fact is, I need to digest one game at a time. I can't be like letting my ADHD take the horse and race off. Like, it's not happening. God almighty. But it's kind of like, I want to be able to spend the quality time with the games that I want to play, that I'm really looking forward to. Like, I have not been excited for a game release
Yeah.
At all for the longest time since Battlefield did the reveal.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I have not heard anyone else around me say anything else but being excited, going like, this reminds you of midnight releases. I was like, doesn't it remind you of midnight releases? Do you feel the hype now, bitches? I'm like, yes. I'm super excited about that. I cannot say the same about Call of Duty, though. And I'm talking to people who play Call of Duty, and I do not get that feel at all. And it makes me sad.
Yeah, I feel like Call of Duty has definitely dropped off the scale with the state of the game, the way that it's performing. Like my PC runs Battlefield without streaming, so no like game capture stuff on. Runs like an absolute dream. Call of Duty, it'll crash randomly. Like, they've had this game for how long, and they still haven't optimized it to the best of its ability. Like, what are you doing over there? You've got all this money coming in from your stupid skins, your stupid friggin'
skins.
Who's the last characters they brought in? Family Guy or
it was Family Guy. There was Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill.
You got all that money coming in, and what are you doing with it? Your anti-cheat doesn't work. Like,
lots of people are giving out about Ricochet. Like, I don't go near. Like, see, the thing is, I don't have a fully formed opinion on Call of Duty or Warzone for that matter, because I'm not on it. And even if I was to stream, people are like, "What is this?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'll turn it off." You know what I mean? Like, shit, I didn't want you to see me like this. But like, I'll jump onto the multiplayer for Call of Duty or Warzone with some IRL friends that I used to play with before it was a streamer. You know, I was hanging out with those people playing Call of Duty. You know, and it's a very, and I hate using this word, but like, it's such an autopilot game for me. Yeah. Because I know the maps. They've done nothing innovative with the maps at all, because I play these maps.
Yep.
In the prior Call of Duty's multiplayers, be it World of War, number 2, 3.
Yep.
It's the same maps with different skins. Like, how many times have we seen Nuketown? How many times have we seen Hijacked? How many times? Like, it's just there. I get it, and I understand that it is a comfortable familiarity, which is also good as well. I'm not going to take that away from them, but it also says to me that you would rather do the rinse and repeat, than to throw in something that'll be daring. You know, like the other day I asked on stream, we're talking about Battlefield, obviously enough, and I said, like, is there any, like, if you had creative ability to create a map for Battlefield, where would you put it? One person said, wouldn't it be cool if you had a fight around the Eiffel Tower? I was like, that is amazing idea.
Yeah.
That is an amazing idea. I don't think I've ever played anywhere that would have the Eiffel Tower except for like a 2D game or something like that, you know? Yeah. But like, I was thinking about it logically, and your mom was like, yeah, imagine going up and down the tower, you know, around the tower itself.
From the top of the tower.
Top of the Eiffel Tower, shooting downwards, you know, or whatever it may be, or even half of it doesn't matter. But the fact of that landmark being there, it maybe in today's times or dystopia, maybe in the 1940s, God knows, right? But just to have that idea. But the fact that it mattered, someone turned around and went, Eiffel Tower. And I'm thinking to myself, why can't those lads over in Call of Duty think of stuff like that?
Yeah.
I'm sure they are. Like, you know what I mean? But again, like, it always seems like me shitting on this. I'm not shitting on it. I just don't want the franchise to die. That's literally how I feel. Like, I don't want them to basically discourage their own community from getting on board. Like, I get it, the big shiny Battlefield is here, and we're all sexy and we're boots on the ground and everything like that. And that was the conversation we had back in 2016.
Yeah.
When Infinite Warfare came out. People were like, so Infinite Warfare came out, Battlefield 1 came out. So that's based on World War 1. Yeah. And the conversation was exactly the same. Oh, I don't want this. I want boots on the ground. I'm going to go over to Battlefield because Battlefield X, Y, and Z have boots on the ground and so much better graphics. It was cinematic. It still is. Like, if it's in my top 5 games. Battlefield 1 is number 1 in terms of the cinematic feel, the immersiveness, the whole environment, how they did that game was brilliant. It was fantastic. It was the best thing I fell on when I was just like, I do not want to play Infinite Warfare. I already played Advanced Warfare on Call of Duty, running on walls and being on the moon, and that was fine, but not here, not now. You know, like, I really want boots to the ground. And again, this conversation is just coming full circle. But again, the conversation, the arguments from people are people who probably weren't even barely 18 at that stage of me remembering this, because I'm fucking 40 next year and I don't want it. I said no. So, goddamn kids. on our lawn, Reaper, on our lawn. So
Yeah.
it's a case of like, I sit in here and I'm old enough to remember the conversations and the arguments. I remember the feeling when I was like, by Call of Duty, I'm heading off the battlefield more.
Yeah.
You know? And I had a personal poor experience when I did Battlefield 3 when it was released.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll just leave it. I'll just jump back on the Call of Duty because I think it was something going on with the servers at the time, or I don't even know where the argument was at the time. But I remember he was out going like, I'll just jump back over here for a while and then we'll see what happens with Battlefield next time, you know? Yeah. But like as soon as that came out, I was like, oh well, Battlefield's so much fun. But and then I started seeing myself ease off of Call of Duty. And the only time I played Call of Duty, even on Mixer, was with other streamers.
Yeah.
Like so it kind of boggles the mind, and I also have mad concerns that like at the end of the day, when it comes to the Call of Duty side of it, if this is where they're going with the Call of Duty Black Ops 7, first of all, why are we going 7, right?
Yeah.
Second of all, why haven't we touched Call of Duty Ghosts? I don't want to hear, oh, well, the multiplayer is crap. Some of you people have never played the campaign.
Yeah.
None of you ever played the stupid campaign that you believe is all stupid when in actual fact it was fantastic. Really good. Take away Kevin Spacey for 5 seconds, right? Just put him to the side. But besides that, like when it came to the storyline of the two brothers and the other brother Rourke, what happened to Rourke at the end of it? Like if you don't know the storyline, then obviously you're not that well endowed in Call of Duty, and all you're doing is sitting there with the Black Ops conversation. Like it's kind of like you're letting yourself down than me, you know?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, because the community is all there, you all have an opinion. If somebody was said, if we could do Ghosts and do it better and redo it, wouldn't you be okay with that? Wouldn't you be happy
100%.
with that?
I'm sick of seeing a high number.
Are we going to be getting Black Ops 8 next year?
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like these are the conversations I'm having, going like how far can you stretch the story out? Like because it's getting to the point where I'm like, I don't know what way the community is going to go with this.
Yeah.
Like I remember someone showed me a video of like the Call of Duty teaser reveal, and it was all these like streamers of Battle of Call of Duty or whatever in a room with pizza and stuff like that. And it was all well and good. It looked like a fun little LAN thing or whatever it was. And then they did the teaser, and then they're all just kind of standing around going like, all right then, yeah. I was like, but
we're getting jetpacks again. Well, we've had that.
And he was
already.
like, all right, grand, yeah. I was like, so I was like, why don't you be excited, lads? Why don't you be excited? I want you to be excited. It's hard to get excited though.
Yeah.
I guess that I don't know what way they're gonna go with the story. I want to know what happens if there's a teaser reveal and all this stuff. And there's already conversations about like who got invited to the reveal, and that person should have went, and this person shouldn't have went, and why are they sending all these girls down? Blah, blah, blah. I've heard every which way a bitter I can take. You know what I mean? And that is not hyping the game up at all. Could you imagine if I was that bitter and started like eyeballing, giving out to people going like, well, you shouldn't have went to the reveal. I should have went to the reveal of Battlefield. Like that'd be crazy to say that publicly.
That's just wrong on so many levels. Like why are you so bitter over something that you haven't earned?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you've earned it, then you deserve it. If you didn't earn it and you feel like you should have earned it, then you should have a conversation privately. Don't go on to the stream and be like, oh, they're inviting all these people and I'm not getting invited even though I spent hours in the game and this, like, they'll try and justify everything. And I'm sitting there going like, maybe because you're a shitty person that they don't want you there. Apparently, allegedly, right? Like maybe that's the fact that like you're on here in front of your hundreds of viewers and you're like, they're shit, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there going like, yeah, no wonder they don't invite you.
Yeah.
You're a whole ball of positivity. Like, oh, what are they missing out on? Like it doesn't, I don't know if it doesn't click in people's heads, and I don't want to be an arsehole or anything like that, but I'm trying to set the reality of it. Because I know I've been doing this over a decade. I know I burnt bridges as well. Don't worry. Yeah. But like, you know, at the end of the day, it's you have to be like realistic with the situation as well. And I don't think that's helping the hype of something that you're very proud of. It's like, fair enough if you didn't get invited. Be happy with someone who did get invited. That's never been invited before. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've been invited to tons of places. If someone turned around to me and said, you've gone to all these places, you've done all this stuff, this is their first time, are you okay doing this? I'm like, hell yeah. Let them have it. Go for it. It's no bother. Like, you know, at the end of the day, they're only people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it along, pass the torch.
I'm 40. I won't be able to do this all my life. In the same way when I have conversations with the likes of like the gaming conventions as well, like Gamerfest. I won't be doing Gamerfest forever. I know this. Because I'm getting on. But I want someone to step up and do the stuff that I was doing for Gamerfest. Like, jumping onto the panels, jumping onto the stage, doing intros, doing the TV interviews. If you need help, I have no problem guiding you. You wouldn't be the first, you know? But it's a case of like, it's just, I don't know where else to begin. Like, it's just kind of like, you need to just, like, I want people to win, and I don't want anyone to get upset. And if anyone wants to vent, by all means, we can always have a venty conversation, you and I, and it won't be the broadcast and all this other shit. But like, it's a case of like, I don't think the COD campaigns are what they used to be. Their ego. No. Yeah, they're like, it's a bit of an ego thing, I guess, in a way, in a aspect, if you will. I can't say it's all over, because that would be very unfair to everyone else. But it's the whole thing of like, what's going to happen when the game is released. And the thing is, the game isn't released until November, and Battlefield is at 10/10.
October?
Yep. Only like less than 4 weeks to go.
Yeah.
Less than 4 weeks ago.
Interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting when Battlefield comes out to see what the numbers do in the streaming space as well, and see how many people jump on the bandwagon.
I say it'll flip anyway. I know that for a fact. It'll flip. All the big heads that were playing Call of Duty are like, oh no, I'm going to switch over to Battlefield. And then all of the Battlefield category just be filled with all the lads, I suppose. But the thing is that in my head, I'm like, all right, cool. Everyone's going to be hopping on the train for Battlefield, which is grand, right? And that means I have more people to play with. I'm not worried about numbers or anything like that. I'm kind of more concerned of what type of players I'm going to get.
Oh, yeah.
Around me. Because let me tell you something, Battlefield 2042, I am putting up with criers I have never seen before ever on Battlefield. And if it's given anything away, like, I hate to be putting them in the category of Call of Duty, but that's what it's come to with other people in Battlefield replying to people who are crying. Like the other day, I was playing away, and one guy was whinging in the chat box, and one guy told him to basically shut up. Yeah. And then the other guy was like, whinge, whinge, whinge. And he goes, go back to COD, you dog. And I was like, well, there you go. Well, he said it. We're all thinking it. Yeah. He said it, though. You know what I mean? And I can tell they're new. You know why? Because I'm an S-class level, and they're not even anywhere near it. They're like number 40 something or whatever it may be. And that's fine. Great grind. Just so you know, like, I hate to break it to anyone, Call of Duty and Battlefield are two different games. They may be FPS games, but they're two different games.
You have to play a different style with Battlefield.
You have to play with your team. You have to play with your team.
I learned that a long time ago. Yeah. When I made
there's no KD bollocks. Like, I think that's the weird thing about it, is that these people are like, oh, how much of a KD do you have? And I'm sitting there going like, that's cool if you have a high KD, but you didn't get the objective and we lost. So like, you can all go to the corner and pull that out. That's all well and good, but I can't. I don't know what to do with this. I can't even hang a coat off it. Like, it's just kind of like, if you want to go and play that, there is a mode available in Battlefield called Team Deathmatch, and you can piss off in there and work on your KD all day long and show me you're the boss, right? Grand. But do not take that energy into Conquest. Do not take that energy into Breakthrough. Do not take that energy into Hazard Zone. Yeah. Okay? They're completely different games. And that's why I get so passionate and so upset with it, because I'm sitting there going like, you ignorant arses. Yeah. You have no idea. Like, there was a guy the other day that I was playing, and he jumped out of the helicopter. He jumped out of the helicopter in the out of bounds zone, okay, of a 0 to die. Then he blamed the goddamn pilot. I was like, we all seen you do. I made a TikTok on it. We all seen this chap do it. He bailed out, like, the helicopter sweeping and making a big round to sweep around, of this building so he can drop people into the objective. This feckin' idiot just goes, flies out, and then you see in the corner typing away and whinging. Oh, the pilot had to throw me out. The pilot can't throw you out, you fool. Like, what are you doing? We seen you do it. Yeah. We seen you do it. You literally bailed out. You have to hold the button to bail out. You have to hold the button to bail out. So your man's going, and then he's like, goddamn pilot. And then, and I was sitting there going like, nobody threw you. There's no one like shucking people out of the side. It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. It's these things that I'm like, oh, tell me you're a Call of Duty player without telling me you're a Call of Duty player. Yeah. Or tell me you're a non-Battlefield player without telling me you're a non-Battlefield player. Because vets on Battlefield are getting upset with people. Oh, yeah. Literally, you're calling people COD dogs. There is a huge problem going on. Some people like, one guy was like, oh, X Defiant had a better beta than this game. And one guy's like, shut the hell up and go back. Yeah. And he's like, no. Oh, wait, I was like, why are you saying something in the first place, you fool? Like, this isn't, we're not playing with 16-year-olds 20-year-olds. These are lads in their 50s and 40s and 30s. You know what I mean? Maybe a few 20-year-olds, maybe. But that's the reality of the bracket of the age. Like,
you look at Call
I have
of
never
Duty,
got...
and that age bracket is completely different.
It is
you got
completely
13,
different.
14 and 15-year-olds playing the game, doing double sliding and jumping around.
Oh my God. And you know, the horrible thing is that I can tell from a distance of like what type of players are in Call of Duty or Battlefield at the moment. The people who hop around, that's the Fortnite players, right? The Call of Duty fellas are the guys who run, jump, and then they lie down instantly, and then they jump back up. But they don't realize the mechanics is not the same. So I see them jumping, they'll jump and think that they can avoid me, and I'm just watching them, leading them into the bullet, and then bang, I'm like, God almighty, these people. Like, it's getting to the, like, if I'm shooting someone in the face, right, and they're trying to hide every time they're shooting each other in the face, you know how I get them to die?
Go on.
I shoot at them, right? Then I allow them to take a shot at me, unless they hit me in the head, and that's fine, right? But they shoot at me, and then as soon as they realize they hit me, they try and go for another shot, and then I shoot them in the face.
Yeah.
Because I know this, like, I know the eagerness. You're like, oh, I got him once, I'm gonna finish him off.
I gotta be quick with the second shot.
You gotta be quick, right? You gotta be super quick with the second shot. I've done it so many times where I'm sitting there going like, this is ridiculous. I can tell, like, the little things, like, the lads who do sneaky and like redacted map, you know?
Oh, yeah.
They're siege players. They're siege players. I know you are, because they're going around, they're waiting. You see a bunch of people rush in, and then they rush in afterwards. Yeah. Right? So they're always careful with how they're going. They don't go in full at once. They don't chuck any grenades or anything like that. If they have a drone, they'll take that thing out indoors, no problem at all. Because they're familiar with their own drones, right? Yeah. Totally understandable. So like I can see the stances or the gameplay, if you will, that I've seen. Like, you come from a different FPS, or you're probably a PUBG player, you know what I mean? Because you like to lie down on the ground and you like to crawl in the grass. No one does that in Battlefield very much.
That's
How do I know this?
That's
I'm watching you.
Me.
I'm watching you from a distance doing the snake. That's basically it. Like, you know, it's these little things and little ticks and bits, I guess, where people are like, I don't know, they're so used to doing one thing at one time. Like I said, if I'm playing Call of Duty, it's autopilot. I know what to do. I don't have to do much because I don't have to look after an objective. I don't have to worry about another helicopter coming out of nowhere. Maybe like if somebody's calling in a helicopter for, like, you know, air support or whatever. Oh man, I miss an AC-130. God, I miss those. But they're so good. They're so meaningful. Like, bah, bah, bah. Anyway, the like these little things that I'm sitting down like thinking of, like even in like autopilot duty, that's basically me. And it's like drill, skip, die, drill, die, drill, die, drill, die, drill, die. I can't revive anyone. I only have to reload and maybe chuck a grenade, and then that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much Call of Duty in a nutshell. That's pretty much it. Like because the maps are all the same. I can see it going zip, 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 bang, zip, 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 bang. You know, it's. You know, if you've done it for like enough years. Yeah. You know where, like, if you ever watch me do my gameplay, I always bank to the left of the map and do a full circle around, because I know for a fact that other people are going to be banking to the left of their map if they want to try and take out people. Yeah. And then some people are not familiar with that and they run through the middle, so I wait for them. And then I'm like, ba, 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 ba. And then apparently you're e-butting. You're e-butting. Yeah, and all this shit. So silly.
I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Going back just to the retro stage, if there is any game on the planet that you could revive, remaster, and then...
I already know the answer to that question.
What would it be?
I already have it right here. Give me a second, I'll grab it off the shelf. If I had the money... Yeah. If I had the money to buy the game right out, IP and all, to redo it, everything like that, it would be this game. It would be Eternal Champions. Ooh. Okay? Eternal Champions. People get on the Google. Eternal Champions is a fighting game, right? And the story with the fighting game, I can read what's on the box, right? Prepare for the ultimate fighting game. 9 huge warriors battle for the right to face Eternal Champion and win supreme prize. The life that
on
fate
the Sega Mega Drive.
Yep. Kick, punch, and smash through friends and foes alike in the punishing 32-player tournament. The story on it is like each one of these warriors are taken from a moment of time or realm. Okay, you have a guy who is a warlock that's from Salem. You have like a cyborg from the future. You have like old like 1930s, 40s detective. Like it's all these different stories, right? So they basically get their life stolen at the moment of death, but they're told that they can return back to life if they win the championship. Kind of like a different take, like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
You know, same kind of premise, but in this case, you are fighting for your life to be restored, which I would say this game would be fantastic to do.
Yeah.
I would hands down fight anyone at all to tell me a different game.
Brendan said Pandemonium for the PS1, and I
Pandemonium?
Agree. Yeah.
Pandemonium on the PlayStation 1, that's fun though.
Yeah.
That is a fun game. But there's always like V-Rally. I don't think we had that redone.
Oh my god, V-Rally was... I remember the... I don't remember the exact words, but it was something like something right, something left, something hump ahead.
Easy right.
That's
right.
Easy
Hard
right.
left.
Yeah, that's it. That's the
Hard
one.
right.
Yep.
I still have even to the point where this game has like been bought and resold over and over and over, and I was so glad that I actually found this in an old shop for $5. So I only got it for it's still in perfect nick, everything like that. Even to the point where it had a previous Game Shop sticker on it from years ago. That was like a million years ago. But anyway, like it's just like stuff like that. V-Rally is also a good game too.
V-Rally was amazing back in the day.
But there's so many other games as well that I don't know. I wouldn't mind if the lads at Rockstar redid, like just re-release it as is.
Yeah.
The original GTA London, and GTA 2.
Yeah.
I have that.
They did GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas on the definitive edition.
Oh, the definitive edition or whatever it's called, right? I remember when that conversation came out because they hired the guys who did the mobile versions of it. Yeah. And the reason why I know this is because I bought GTA mobile versions of it for the Android.
Yeah.
Over 10 years ago at this point, right?
Oof.
So I can see, that like a million years ago. And the licenses for the music was changed on that game too.
Yeah.
I remember very vividly. And so when they said they're bringing out the definitive collection, I was like, oh, that's going to look cool and that's going to be great because, you know, I have the games already. I can plug in a PlayStation and off I go. But it just to be easier on my PlayStation 5 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But then I seen like, okay, well, the music isn't the same because the license, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I heard about like the lads had the guys who did the mobile edition do this. And I'm like, okay. And then I seen all the errors where people were playing it to the point where like shit would just disappear.
Yeah.
Or your car just randomly just fly off into the distance while you're mid-mission. Like shit like that. And I was in there going like, I'm just going to wait and I'll try it again. Plug into your original. Like,
what was I playing? I was playing GTA 3 the other day on the back end of a stream that I was getting fed up with PUBG and whatnot. And I remember specifically, I was running down a road and I could see a car just randomly just like appear in front of me. I was like, whoa, hello. Like,
oh God.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, hello. Like that's, I don't remember seeing that back in the day. Like when you walk around the corner, you see cars appearing.
You know, just dropping in or whatever. One thing I did see was someone was reversing a car in a playground or whatever, and they went up to the swings with the arse of the car, and the car just went yeet right across the whole map. Like the thing was just gone. It was like flew off into the distance from a swing set. You just backed it up and just flew off. But the one other thing that was happening with the game, especially around the San Andreas edition of the definitive edition, is every time like you're completing a mission in the cul-de-sac, like a car will come out of nowhere and just run over your guy. You know what I mean? And the other person you're talking to is like, mission incomplete or mission failed. I was like, God damn it, man! Like, you just about did it. Hey, man, talk to you later. High five in the NPC, and then just a car just wipes the two of you out, and it's mission failed. I'm like, what the hell? Another person was walking the streets, and a helicopter just dived down and exploded.
Yeah,
I was like, what the shit? Like, it's just. I was like, I don't remember this game being like that chaotic or mad.
I don't remember having to redo this mission like 50 times because the car keeps wiping me out.
Keeps exploding.
Yeah.
Like you just reverse the car, just like it looked like a Ford Pinto would just explode out the arse of it. And you're like, I just hit a dog or something like lightly and now everything just exploded. God, it was so bad though. Remaster of Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2 or Unreal Tournament 3 remastered. They'll never do it. They'll never do it. Actually, you know, I heard we've been hearing this for years. Apparently Half-Life 3 is happening. We heard about this for like years now. Yeah. But apparently it's supposed to be happening now. But I don't think I can believe it.
Yeah, it's hard to know that something's going to happen, believe it, when you don't see anything from it. You want to see an announcement, or you want to see stuff from the actual producers being like, hey, we're going to work on this. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you that.
Yeah.
I mean, how long have we been waiting for GTA 6?
Well, to be fair, like a few years, good few years. But even at that, like speaking of GTA 6, and we talked about this briefly before we jumped on, the whole rating system.
Yeah.
It was someone out there, I can't remember who it was. It was another developer that turned around and said, oh yeah, like I've like with the way their schedule is and how big the map is for GTA 6, I would say it is a quintuple. Instead of like 4 A's, it's 5 A's. And I'm sitting there going like, who is coming out with this so-called rating system, and where are you going like, oh yeah, it's no longer a quadruple 4, it's a quintuple 4. I'm like, you know what? How about we just stop putting A's on shit? How about that?
Completely agree.
Like it's getting to the point where like if you put enough A's onto GTA, I think I won't bother. You know what I mean? Like, because remember when Skull and Bones came out? People were like, oh, it's going to be a quadruple A game. It's supposed to be like beyond triple A. It's fantastic. Da, 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 da. And like, where are we at now? Like,
where is it?
That's what makes me concerned. Like, that's what really concerns me at the end of the day, is that like people are setting these high expectations, and then the amount of money that's being charged for it as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're talking about 100 blips here. Like, I don't know if it's going to be 100 blips across the board, but it's still 100 bips. Hello, Dark.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money as well, and that's for like a standard edition, apparently. Apparently, right? So we don't even know what way to come. It may not be 100. It may be 120 by the time it gets released. We don't know, right? But it's still like, if you're setting the expectation of it's going to cost you 100 blips, right? And it's not a special edition or any of this market, it's just standard edition game, right? And this kind of hype is going around it, which is fine. I understand, like, everybody's hyped about GTA. We love GTA. GTA 5 is a fine example of how long people are waiting for a game.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also like, if you don't get this correct, you have no idea what way people are going to turn. Because we're talking about not new people who play the game or never played the franchise. Anyone who's anyone knows what GTA is. Anyone who's everyone has at least played it. Yeah. And if anyone who's everyone gets charged €100 for a game, and the game turns out to be not the best quality, that's a lot of people. Like, in my head, that's going to be pissed.
And a lot of people are going to be really, really annoyed that they waited this long for a game, and then they just got it completely wrong. Like, and that's the thing as well in my head, that I'm thinking to myself is like, if they're going to get this right, they better get it really right, because of the impact of that they're having on the gaming industry in general, right? And people don't really think about this, but I read this article last week, the lads, where they were talking about obviously the rating and everything like that, and how a lot of other games that were supposed to be scheduled for this month all got pushed, because it was conversations going around that GTA was supposed to be coming out in this month. Yeah. Right? Before it was pushed, obviously, to 2026. So, like, the likes of D-Revolver and another couple of companies as well, who have games kind of scheduled for, like, the month of September or whatever. The lads are like, well, we're going to push that because GTA's out and we don't want our games to be, you know, overshadowed by that, which is totally understandable. Oh, yeah, it makes perfect sense to do that. And I do not disagree with it at all. But it's literally holding people hostage in terms of game releases because of the looming impact of what it will do to the industry. Because let's face it, GTA is a giant at this point. At this stage, there's not many people that can afford to go, I'm going to challenge GTA and I'm going to put a game out at the exact same time that your game is coming out, and go, it's fine, I'll put a game out and I'll challenge you for ratings and stuff like that. No one in their right mind is releasing a game at the same time that GTA comes out. Yeah, in that time
that's
frame.
It as well. The thing is that if they're giving out a rating for a game that has not even been released yet, like, what the hell are you doing, boys? Like, I get it that, like, one person's probably just said this, allegedly, like, oh, it should be, it shouldn't be 4, it should be 5 A's. I'm sitting there going, like, I hope you have the same energy for your own project. It would be the same as Call of Duty and Battlefield releasing games at the exact same time. You're gonna, and then everyone's running around going, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't turn around and be like, no, I've already had my experience with Battlefield and the beta, like everyone else, and I also was at the reveal and all the other jazz, right, and all that other stuff. But I wouldn't turn around to people and say, like, this game is going to be this expectation. I'm not. because the game's not fully released yet. We've only had a taste of a beta. And if you know me well enough, when it comes to me explaining to people what a beta is, that's why. Because we all know that if it's in a beta stage, be it open, private, or even alpha stage, early access stage, it means not a full produced product. Okay? So I can't give an opinion on something fully developed when I've only had a taste of it that's not fully developed.
It's the equivalent of cooking something half-baked and giving someone a taste and going,
it'll taste better when it's fully done, though.
Oh yeah,
you know, like and that kind of expectations as well.
Yeah,
you know,
it's not cooked all the way, but give it a try. Tell me what you think.
Does it taste okay so far? You know what I mean? Like,
let me just add some more of this to it, make it sweeter, make it sour, make it yeah.
But see, like, going back to the whole like retro games and indie games, like they will be, like I said at the start of this, it's going to be a case of the renaissance of gaming industry. Where it comes to people turning around and be like, you know what, that game has like, for example, Expedition 33. They only had like a handful of people of doing that. Well, I think 30 people, or not even that, who went in on that. Well, it's 33 people because it's based on 33 guys doing it. That's it, right? Who went in and did this game as well, right? And they had a huge impact from working on that game. Huge impact, right? Came out of nowhere. Everybody loved it. Got all the sales. It was talked about, game reviews, blah, 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 everything else, right? Those small kind of companies, those small indies are going to be the ones that really do jazz up a lot of us gamers, right? The likes of Magnum PI or Mouse PI game that I have my eye on for the last God knows how long. Anyone who's all over the Hollow Knight's Silk Song, you know what I mean? There's all these games that are going to be coming out that are all indie based games that are just, I feel again, is going to be the renaissance for these guys. These are going to be the sought after compared to the bigger games or bigger IPs, if you will, you know, Call of Duty Battlefields or whatever. I can see that happening much more clearly now, as I said it a year ago. They like, this is going to happen. I can see this happening. So it's a case of, God almighty, like, we'll just have to see where everyone's going to fall into place, because compare that from $20 to $100, people are going to be doing this with their pockets. And let's face it, like these days, like economy wise, not talking about politics or anything like that, you know, things are getting more expensive. You know what I mean? So people are going to be eyeballing what their quality over quantity any day of the week. Because like, I'm going to sit there and I'll be like, okay, well, I want top quality over the quantity. Like I could throw $200 at this thing and it'd still be shit. You know what I mean? Like, I want the quality that I have that I'm going to pay for. And if it's going to cost, like, you know, for an indie game or something like that, oh yeah, it could cost me up to $40. Fine, take the 40. Then I have so many hours of gameplay and I'd be happy enough as a pig and shit. And even at that, like I said, Cult of the Lamb is a good example of that. It's a cheap game, really cheap game. Base game, you can get it. And then all the DLCs as well, it's pretty cheap as well. I think they're like €6 or something like that for the DLCs. And it's the small things that I'm thinking to myself, going like, this has given me much more joy to play with, you know, than whatever like has been released for Mario Kart, for example. Mario Kart World. I'm okay with it. I'm not happy about it at all, right?
I got annoyed after like 2 weeks of playing it. I played it consistently like on stream for 2 weeks and I was just like, let's dive into it. Let's dive into it, right? So you were in with it took me a while to get my head around getting a Switch 2. I was like, I don't know whether I want it or not or whatever, right? And if I was going to get a Switch 2, it was obviously going to be Mario Kart. I'm assuming you did the same thing, right? I did exactly the same thing. I went to Curry's and I was like, can I pre-order a Switch 2 with Mario Kart World? They were like, really, really sorry. We've all the pre-order for the Mario Kart 2 is done. And he was like, I can pre-order you a Switch 2 though, and you can just buy the digital copy. And I was like, I'm doing the Mario edition because I want to save some money. And he was like, let me know. I'll keep one pre-order for you just in case you change your mind. Let me know. I was like, okay. With this, I go down to, where was I going? I was going down to Cambran for a work thing, did a whole work thing in Cambran. On my way back, I'm searching Switch 2 pre-orders, blah, 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 blah. A website gave me a list of UK retailers that were taking pre-orders and when they're having them back in. With this, I get back into my workplace. I've just gone in, just told them I'm back. I'm going home, blah, 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 blah. As I'm walking through the town centre, I get a notification. This list has been updated. Argos, I've got stock. I went, ooh, let me get on that. Within 10 minutes, I had one pre-ordered.
Nice.
And I was like,
That's good then,
okay,
at least.
I'm in. I've got my Switch 2 pre-order. This was in April. I'm happy. I'm thinking long term, what am I going to play? I'm going to play Mario Kart. Wait for Xbox to start putting games on there. I'm going to play some Forza on there. Call of Duty, I've got a contract with Nintendo for 10 years. Let me see what they're going to throw out. I've had my Switch 2 since release. I'm bored of it. But there's nothing for me to deep dive into it and play it, other than the fact I've just spent 20 quid on GTA, the Definitive Edition.
Like I say, and that's the thing is, like, I waited for everyone's kind of like, I talked to Joe Show about it as well, because he got the Switch and he also got himself a new screen and all this other like fancy fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I was all about getting his 2 cents on it as well, you know, kind of get a feel of it before I went off and got it. And it was a touch of, I'm not going to lie, it was a touch of fear of missing out in there. There was. I was like, oh, I better get this just, you know, for the content and all this other stuff. That kind of side of it. But it was also another side of it where I was like, I don't really need a Switch right now. But also the other side of it is I'm a collector. I have there's no physical games with this thing. You've e-card or whatever. It's not the same. But like I was sitting there going like, there's no physical games. And I was thinking to myself, well, this is probably the era for me where I'm like, all right, we're gonna go digital now. Yeah. Like that's how it felt. Like I felt defeated. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have to go digital now. That's great. But I have never felt so disappointed. Like the game, Mario Kart's fun with other people in the house. That's what we do. We have the house championship in our house every Christmas, okay? I was winner last year. I'm going to see what happens this year because my brothers are involved. So, but the long story short of it, it's like jumping onto it. It's fun having it with, you know, friends or whatever in the house. Yeah. If you try to jump onto multiplayer, and I'm not going to lie about this, it's dead. Yeah. On my side of it, there's no way I can choose servers. I can't go to the US and know that it's going to be full, or Japan it's going to be full or whatever. I have to be in the European servers, I'm assuming, because there's no way to pick it. And like, for example, on Sunday, I jumped onto it just to have a mess around with it, just to see what the crack was. And it was me, and it was like technically 3 other people with 3 other friends. And that was it. This is supposed to fill up over 24 characters or something like that. And it was just like, it was just 24 is
too many. In my
it's chaotic.
Like it's chaotic. Can be inches away from the finish line, and I've got multiple shorts of me just missing out on wins for the first time online because I've been hit by a blue shell or a red shell or something. Like
or all inches. The shells at once.
And the amount of times that's happened to me, and I ended up screaming at my screen, "Oh my god!" Just let me win one.
And even the CPUs, if you have them on 150, those things are cheating. They find shortcuts that I didn't even know existed. Yeah, right.
I learned a shortcut just by watching one.
I think I seen like one guy on one of the beaches maps or whatever it was. I was online. I swear to God, I was miles and miles ahead first. And as if this guy glitched through half of the island and just appeared in front. I was like, what the shit? I was like, did he find like a magical hole that he just went crawling through? What the like, literally lost my shit. I was like, how the hell is that physically possible? I was like, I drove around the same map to see if I could figure out where he came from. No idea where he came from. If I try to pull the same stunt, I'd probably been like Luca lifted out of there. You know what I mean? That's it. But
and there's nothing frustrating. There's so much. There's nothing so frustrating than getting so close to the finish line and out of nowhere, these shells are just bombarding you, being bombed with the rockets, the blue shells, the red shells. Yep. And then you go from being first to fourth, and then fourth to seventh, and you get a little boost. Last. And then you go up to third, and then someone hits you with a blue shell, a red shell, and you're back in last. And you're just like, oh my God, it's so friggin' frustrating.
But like, even at that, like I went into free form or whatever it's called, right? Where you're driving around just in the open map. Yeah. And I was assuming that I would see other people driving around too, and there's no one.
Like an open world, just people being able to just like interact.
I watched, I remember, I think it was me and Loyal, another lovely community member here. We watched the Game Awards or whatever it was, or the Nintendo Direct thing, and they were showing Mario Kart, right? I was sitting there going like, oh yeah, so it's like Mario Kart Forza basically. Like that's what I was thinking of it, because like if you're in open world in Forza, you would see other people driving around, right? Other users, if you will, like in a distance. You'll have like 6 or 7 of them out in the Mexican map or whatever it is, just driving around. Oh yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, well I thought like Mario Kart World's gonna have that same feature or that same feeling. No. Yeah. I was like, this feels dead and boring, and I feel on my own, and I'm not communicating with anyone, you know what I mean? So I was like, all right, I'll go back in.
when it was announced that I said to D, I said, it's Mario's going to have a Forza feeling. It's going to be people on an open world map. You're going to be able to drive around, have a bit of fun, you know, do
That's
races.
exactly what I thought I was getting sold.
What have you done?
Literally, like, but even at that, like going into multiplayer, it's not even filling up past 10. You're not filling up past 10. And even if you are filling up, it's always like a friend plus a friend plus a friend. That's like, you know, Anti-Tinkerbell plus one, you know, kind of situation. But it's that, and then the battle side of it as well. Very, very, very quiet. And I'm sitting there going, like, who is actually playing this game? I think I see more players on Mario Kart 7 for the DS.
Yeah.
Right? Online characters, online people. People still rock number 7 on the DS, for God's sake. I've seen more people on the DS version than I do on the latest version of this. I don't know if it's... I think it's either my region. I have no idea what way it is, but it makes the game... Like, the game is literally boring. Yeah. And even at that, like, whatever way they've done the multiplayer online stuff is equally as crap, because people are like, oh, well, I just want, you know, to hit random. And we're all like, oh, we hit random. Yeah. And it's ideally it should go on to a normal kind of track map, but instead we're doing these long distance rush things over and over and over and over. And I'm sitting there going, like, pretty sure this game is dead. Yeah.
And so many people have gone back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah, I went back as well. I had my Switch all hooked up in my bedroom. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? That's grand. That's where I'll be. And I'll just continue on finishing off all of my races in gold. Like, that's literally what I'm doing. And then I go online, and the place is packed online. Yeah. All the time. All the time.
Either they give us an update where you can choose the amount of players you want in your online races, 24, 16, 8, and having a chance to actually, you know, have a good time online, or change the map. Give us a map designer. Like the Switch 2 has a...
Like Mario Maker, that would be fantastic.
Give us, if Nintendo want to take anything at all away from what people want, give us a map maker for Mario Kart World. If you want people to get back into your game, give us the option to go from 24 players, 16 and 8. Give us a map designer.
Danny, like, we're talking about the lads from Nintendo, for God's sake. Yeah. Like, these guys would the season say copyright at the same time with stuff. So, like, it's so hard to even think about, like, how they have been going on with the likes of, like, tournaments. Like, people who would make their own custom tournaments to do with either Smash or Mario Kart, and it would be a big online thing. And I remember seeing, I think it was Games Done Quick or something like that. I'll have to double check the article. Allegedly, I always have to make sure I'm covered. Allegedly, Nintendo wanted them to give them a pre-list of what games they were going to play at Games Done Quick or whatever by a certain time. But the time they had this conversation, it would not been enough time. So therefore, they could not have the games on display due to Nintendo.
That's mad.
Yeah. And this is for a charity event. That's what even rocked me even harder. I was like, this is for charity, lads, You know, it's for charity, buzz, right?
Like, chill your fucking socks off, get back in your seat and just chill. It's a fucking charity, for fuck's sake. They already have their thing.
They already have I think they won a case when it comes to the whole Pal World situation as well. Like, what way, So it's like, it's an ongoing conversation to do with, like, I think it's something to do with the basically they have the right of, allegedly again, they have the right for, Pokemon designs or something like that. If certain Pokemon look similar, they can go ahead and be like, "Oh, copyright, that's ours." Yeah, I'm sitting there going like, "Shit!" Like they already won the whole case of the mechanic of throwing a ball to catch a Pokemon. Yeah, thing, I guess.
Didn't PlayStation also put Power World as one of their free games as well?
Pretty sure, yeah.
It was up there. Face Nintendo, like, we're just going to give Power World to PlayStation users for free as part as PlayStation Plus.
It's a little bit of a slap for sure. Little bit, tiny bit of a slap up the arse, maybe. But like, still, at the end of the day, it kind of makes you think about this a little bit more clear. Like the conversation we talk about, like copyright and stuff like that in our own industry, our own bosses and stuff like that we deal with. So, like, even looking at the fact of, like, copyright is not the same everywhere in the world. Like, European copyright is going to be different to, like, Japan's one or England's one, or this case, because Japan, like, you could. Even if you're using a product, like, you could be like a big anime person or whatever it is. And if you're doing something in the anime, like, oh, well, I really don't like this, or something negative, like, not an extreme negative, but maybe it's a negative. Those lads can copyright you to take that down. Yeah. Like, because it's in their law, they're allowed to do it. Do you know what I mean? If I was to do it, I get nowhere with YouTube. If anything, YouTube would slap me in the wrist for even trying it, you know? But it's those kind of things that like it's hard. It's hard to navigate when it comes to Nintendo side. Like sometimes I even hesitate about like, oh well, you know, with Mario Kart or whatever, what if I put up a terrible video talking about how crap Mario Kart is? Could they turn around and be like, we don't like this video because you're talking bad about Mario? You know what I mean?
Yeah, completely see what you mean by that one. That's it's a worrying state with Nintendo as well.
It is like it's a worrying thing, not only for people who are gaming, because like, could you imagine like copyright? They brought out a game, someone brings out a game, has something similar or whatever. They have it all approved on the Nintendo. Then someone says something that they don't like, or something happens with something. Then next thing you know, the game gets pulled, and you're like, so am I going to get a refund for that game?
Yeah.
No, maybe, don't know. Like it's very. It's a shaky conversation, and that's why I'm like, I wouldn't really stream so many things off my Nintendo, because God knows what way they turn around and say, well, we don't like this and blah 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 blah, and it's their right, so I can't really like.
It's up to them at the end of the day what they decide to do with their game and stuff, and it's a very touchy subject as well.
It is, like even Odin's mentioning this as well, that they got a patent on the concept of summoning creatures to battle. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what they won. Which is even like I'm trying to think if there's any other game out there that would have this from like a million years ago, and I'm pretty sure there is at least something, you know? Yeah. Not just Pal World. Pal World is not the only ones who've done this.
Probably Pal most World successful. Came out at just the wrong time.
Yeah, but like everyone was like, Pal World's amazing, like Pokemon, but like with FPS, I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean FPS Pokemons? Why are you tricking me like this? I don't like this. I do like this and I don't like this. It feels like I was getting scammed when someone said it to me. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, that sounds too good. Yu-Gi-Oh! There you go. Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's the one.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Has it.
Yeah.
Has to be. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has it. Beyblades. I don't know if they have it.
Oh my God,
anyway.
I haven't had Beyblades and donkey shirts.
Oh man, I'm really peeling back the years on me, aren't I? Hey guys. I like to think I'm in my 20s, but it's not true.
Oh, I know that feeling. 40 in January and I feel older than ever at the moment.
But it's these things when it comes to the state of the games landscape. Like we're all coming back full circle that we just want to play the games, we want them affordable, and we want just a bit quality. And if anything else, like I don't want to see like a cyberpunk scenario. I don't want to see
oh my God, cyberpunk was
No Man's Sky scenario. Like I remember those launches. Everyone remembers the cyberpunk heavily. I remember the No Man's Sky heavily. I remember that was released on PlayStation.
Yeah, Cyberpunk's
the game kept crashing and crashing, and it was just it was a horrible start. But now that game's getting awards, so like it's amazing how a bit of feedback and everything else kind of cleans up. But with Cyberpunk as well, I was thinking of streaming that not too long ago. I still have the game. I still haven't completed it. I actually got the game a year to the day later, and it was the day one edition, all brand new for €20.
Nice. That's a good. It's a good find.
It's a good deal. It's a good find. But that was the time as well where people were like, I don't have faith in this game, and I was like, I'll give it a year.
Everyone had given up.
I'll give it a year. See if they fix their shit.
Yeah,
you know.
And PlayStation and Xbox were like, yeah, you can have a refund for Cyberpunk. Just make sure you get it in within like 2 weeks.
But the other one, the other recent game as well, that was a Mind Quest. Was that what it was called? I can't remember what it was called, but it was some guy was claiming. See, this is the thing I get really fed up with. Someone was like, oh, the guy who made GTA was like, no. He did not make it. He was probably part of GTA. He didn't make it. But it's the whole mindset of people throwing the so-called like, oh, he was also working on this and that game. Like, it doesn't, like, why isn't he still there though?
Yeah.
Like, that's in my head. I was like, yeah, like he's fecked off and made this game or whatever game it is. He'll be from Ubisoft. And I still have the same question. Okay, cool. So why isn't he working at Ubisoft anymore?
It was the same with X Defiant and Mark Rubin. So everyone knew Mark Rubin for Call of Duty, and they were like, "Oh, hang on, Mark Rubin's working on X Defiant now. This could be good. This could be a Call of Duty. What was the word we used to do? Call of Duty canceller. Like it will cancel out Call of Duty. It'll be the best game ever because he worked on Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3.
The death of COD, the COD killer.
That's it. The COD killer. That's the one.
That's what was literally sold to me as, it's supposed to be the COD killer. I was like, I just feel like it's going to kill anything.
And then it lasted...
Mind's Eye, that's it.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the name. Mind's Eye was the other recent one. And it got to the point where the voice actor, or he actually does look like the character, so I would say the actor in this case, came out and he was like, I don't know what happened, like I'm not sure what occurred. And like I felt bad for him as well, because like it was his face, his voice on that game, and the game turned out to be awful for people. You know what I mean? Like again, same thing with PlayStation. Sorry, we're sorry for the inconvenience. Here's a gesture of goodwill. We don't usually give refunds on digital. You know what I mean? Like,
Sony
and that's
were very strict on refunds when it comes to games. You have to have played for like less than a few hours, and Cyberpunk started having frame rate problems, and they were just like, you know what? Sod that couple of hours difference that we keep saying that you can't have a refund for. Have a refund. Have a refund. Boof, 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 boof.
Yeah, because it's they don't, like, I can understand their position. Like, if it's on their platform, they do not want to be in the position where their customers are not only going to be pissed off at that game, but pissed off at them for allowing this game to be on the platform. And that begs the question as well in my head, going like, if you're releasing a game, like, where's the reviews? Where, like, for Mind's Eye, like, I couldn't figure out why wasn't there any reviews beforehand. Like, where's the reviews? And same thing with the Cyberpunk stuff. It was, where's the reviews for the console? Like, where's the reviews? And it's these kind of conversations that I get very hesitant with when it comes to these, like, so and so killer of, put whatever game name it is in there. Like, Delta Force is supposed to be the Battlefield, whatever. X Divine is supposed to be the Call of Duty, whatever. Mind's Eye was supposed to say go F yourself, GTA or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's these kind of comparisons that I'm sitting there going like, lads, I am never going to take anyone's word for it. The only word I'm going to take is if I sit down, I pay the money and I play, and I'll be like, it is shit or it is good. Like, that's the way I'm doing it. I will hear other people's opinions all over the place until I decide, I'll give it a go. That's it, you know? Concord, that's another one. There you go.
That was the other one. Concord
good
was
man
the
there,
one.
love.
Yeah.
Good man.
Go on.
Sorry, go on.
I was saying with people's like reactions to different games and stuff. Like, I've been oohing and ahhing about getting Madden. It's not my main game. It's not a game I played a lot of. D plays it because he's American, and it's the only game he plays.
I'm learning. I got Vetter sat me down to watch the Army versus the Navy game. First of all, fantastic uniforms, boys. Loved every bit of it. But he was trying to get me to understand the whole NFL thing. And I was like, why did he keep going into gossip circles? He was like, gossip circles? Yeah, they're all getting in a circle and just chatting. What are they talking about? Can we not talk? Like, can we not hear what they're talking? He goes, that's a huddle. I was like, what are they talking about, though? And the one thing I don't like about that bleeding game is that they're constantly gossiping.
Yeah.
Like, gotta hit the line, threw the ball, land the ball down. Okay, everyone get into the corner. Let's bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
the only thing for me is the amount of breaks. How long it takes to complete a game. I'm like, oh my God.
To be honest with you, I'm kind of glad what they did with baseball recently. They put in timers, you know, for like people to pitch and all that stuff. I went to a baseball game once. I don't even know what day I came home on. You know what I mean? Like, that's how long it felt. Like, I remember standing there watching this game for about 2 hours. I'm going to go to the bar and I sit at the bar and blah, blah, blah. And at the exit time, it's like, go ahead and enjoy yourself. And I just went missing in the bar for 3 hours. He had to find me and everything was plastered. I don't know what happened in here. I was like, well, the game kept going. Some guy was explaining to me what an inning was and an outing is. And it was, drinks were flowing. And he's like, we gotta go home. I was like, all right, thanks, lads. High-fiving people I don't even know. Yeah. It was like I think it was there like 5 hours. Something like that. It was
I don't
crazy.
understand how they can play one game for so long in real world. Like,
it was like the worst game of rounders I've ever seen in my life. Do you know what I mean?
Like, D plays Madden all the time, right? It's his main game. He started drifting a little bit lately with Call of Duty and Marvel Rivals and stuff. But like, I played him once or twice on Madden when he was free on the Xbox on Xbox Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
I played it once or twice, and I was like, I could get into this, but I don't know NFL. It's not my. I'm Welsh.
You're closer to rugby, like myself. I'm closer to GAA than fucking NFL. Yeah. It's like, why are you calling it football? You hold it in your hands. Yeah. It's all lies. That's what I think it is. It's all lies, man. So that's what it is.
I said to D, I was like, I'm going to get Madden on the Switch too. And he was like, make sure you check it's going to be all right. And I was like, well, I want to make my own assumption. I want to, like, if I spend 60 quid on it, I spend 60 quid. And if I don't like it, I don't like it. I'll sell it. And he was like, and then he was saying about, you'll need to learn NFL, blah, 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 blah. And then I did search. I was like, let me have a little look. Did a little YouTube search. And then people were saying that, like, the frame rate's really bad, this and the other. It still needs a patch, whatever. And I was like, I'm going to hold off. And now I'm not getting it because if I don't know there's no update to it. There's no follow up with these reviews. Like no one's doing a recent review. Oh, by the way, EA have fixed.
I bet IGN didn't even say anything. Do you know what I mean? They're all of it. They're 10 out of 10.
They've all given it a 10 out of 10. It's always wicked. Yeah, that's great. Where's my
Brilliant,
Switch 2 version? Where's my Switch 2 version update that tells me that the frame rate's better now and it's playable and it's not lagging on the cutscenes at every friggin' 30 seconds per game? You know what I mean? I want an update.
Like the one thing I did like see, and I will never forget this, was Mortal Kombat 1 was out and everybody was excited, obviously on the Xbox, PC or whatever it was, on checking console. And then they were like, oh, there's going to be a release for on Nintendo. This is like not the Nintendo 2, this is the Nintendo Switch 1, you know what I mean? God so damn. Like, and I remember doing a TikTok video and you could see the comparisons of the graphics details from one thing to another. It just looked shambolic. Yeah. It was awful. Like, and I just thought to myself, I was like, how are these people getting away with this? Yeah,
this is just it. If you're going to release games on the platform, you need to make sure they're ported properly and they're very, very heavily tested.
And if the quality is not the same because of hardware limitations, which I can totally appreciate as well, then charge me less.
Yeah, like why are you?
It's not
charging...
like I can take. It's not like I can take the Nintendo game and shove it into my PlayStation. It doesn't work like that. You know,
if you're going to give us that sort of thing, give us change the price, like 70 quid for Madden on the Switch 2. If it's not going to perform as well as the PS5 version, I'll go and buy the PS5 version. It's the same price. Like give me a reason to buy it if it's not going to be the same quality.
But that's the same argument I had for years now at this point. I was like, it's amazing how you're going to charge you full price for a physical game when you could offer me a digital game for a little bit less, not asking for like a feckin' half price or something like that, but like having it a little bit less to encourage me to go on to digital. But no, instead they're like, well, if you buy digital, it's going to be more expensive. I'm like, oh my God, what is wrong with this conversation? Yeah. How does that make sense?
It's stupid. You're saving money on discs and covers and plastic.
Oh, that's what I thought. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm an idiot.
I bought the digital PS5 version because I thought their games would be cheaper in the long run. It cost me more.
It does actually cost you more. Doesn't make any sense. We're too old and we can't hack it anymore.
Oh no, I think we've reached the stage of we've gotten very, very ragey.
But even at that, like it's just like I don't know what way the prices are going with games, right? Because it's a couple of years back, we're talking about, $69.99, then it was $79.99 now, right? And then it like beforehand, it felt like $59.99 was there for a while.
Oh yeah,
it felt like a long time. Like
was a decent,
few years.
Yeah,
few years number, and they're like, yeah, that's pretty decent. $60, I could pay $60, no problem a month, $60 or whatever. Yeah. Then shit sort of started getting tight, and then it was a case of like, it's gonna cost you $80 for like Super Mario Kart. They're like, what?
Yeah, everyone and their granny and
complained. If you want a physical, it's going to cost you $90. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't. Just as for physical media, it's all dying off. It's fine.
Yeah,
this is the funnier thing. You know, it probably costs them more. Probably costs them more money to do it all digital than it does physical because of the server space that they have to take up.
Oh yeah, and hard drives are getting dearer.
That's a lot of farms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of data farms as well. People forget how much games cost for an N64. Oh my God. How much was the games for N64, T-Love? It's going to give us a sense of reality now. This is what's going to happen.
I think I seen 2029. Do I remember 29? I'm
literally looking around. I'm looking around my room to see if I can find a price tag on any of them. Hold on. I got GoldenEye here.
Yeah.
Sealed. I don't think it has a label on it.
A sticker on it.
No sticker on it. It does have the original Rumble Pack in it.
Now that's going back. that's going back a few years. Holy cow.
Yeah, I don't even know how much is. They were $60 back in the day. Yeah, but that's dollars.
Yeah.
That's your feckin' freedom books. That's different to us yo-yos and chuck books over in England and shit like that, you know, in Wales. You know? That's why I call it the chuck books. It's not pounds, it's not sterling, it's chuck books. The Queen is dead, it's chuck books. Okay? Yeah. Super expensive. Like, why is it 60? I don't believe that. Hold on, I'm gonna get onto Google right now. How much was a N64 game back in the day? I don't know. Someone's obviously asked this. Fine, it was $60 to $70. That was the range. Adjusted for
Why
inflation.
did I say 30? What was I thinking with 30? What the hell was that?
Because we are naive and we were young in the 90s. So generally, yeah, so games around, we're going for 1998, right? For the sake of anyone who's looking for a year.
Yeah.
So it was $60 to $70, which in the range for inflation. You ready for inflation?
Go on.
$113 to $132 adjusted for today's inflation. Some games like Turok even retail for $80, which would have been a whopping $150 back in our, inflations and all that shit. Yeah. Like, don't we feel silly and old?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Games haven't gotten cheaper. Well, technically.
I mean, the price of everything's bloody gone up.
Doesn't feel like it was 60, 70 bucks back in the day.
That's
but
mad.
again, I wasn't buying N64 games back in 1998. I was 12.
I was getting them rented from Blockbuster.
Yeah, that's the way I did it as well. That's the way we did it. We rented the feckin' things. We went down to, our one was Chartbusters. I think that was our one. That was our retail for that was our Blockbusters. It was Chartbusters. It wasn't quite the same, but it was nearly there. And what was it? Oh shit! There was another one that had an extra. It was another one. Yeah, Extra Vision.
That's better than finishing school on a Friday, going down to Blockbuster with your parents and renting 3 games.
Renting 3 games for the weekend to shut us up while they had a peaceful time watching their crappy movies. I remember it well. I remember it so deeply that I remember my mother and father were in the living room watching, I think it was The Fugitive, with fucking Tommy Lee Jones is I didn't kill that man. I don't care, that part. And I remember us being shoved into the kitchen and we were given Michael Jackson's Moonraker, that.
Yeah.
Or Moonwalker, that. And obviously GoldenEye was there as well. Yeah. So it was a couple of consoles getting thrown around the house just to shut us up while they watched The Fugitive in peace. With a takeaway, because it was a fancy night that night. It was takeout night.
You had to make the most of the Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. So we had our own movie. We had our own popcorn, our own little drinkies or whatever, shoved into a room to watch our movies. Parents had a living room. Then obviously someone else would have a video game going. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was a different time.
It was.
Moonraker, that's a fantastic Bond movie. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah. That was a classic time in life where you could go to Blockbusters, rent 3 games, and then take them back after the weekend and go, I completed them. I completed them. And the guy behind the counter would give you a high five for completing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do that level? Yeah, that level's great. You're slapping hands. Wow. God, so good. And one game I'll never forget renting was a game called James Pond.
Ooh.
00 COD. I think I have it. I have it on my Game Gear, actually. It's in the back of it. Yeah, James Pond 2 RoboCop.
That's going back. Jesus.
I love this game so much.
Was very young.
Yeah. And even at that, the games, the way it would tell you how many players was available on it, it has it there on the right corner saying 1 player. Know the way you'll say 1 to 2 players has 1 player. So there you go.
That's mad.
What year was that? I don't even know what year it was. Doesn't even say, does it? Probably not.
That's going way, way back.
Yeah, I'm old.
Game Gear. Whoa.
Game Gear is fantastic. Underrated console, I tell you.
Oh, yeah. Along with the PSP.
PSP. Oh, God, I have them all. I have all the PSPs. I have every single one except for the telephone. That's it. I have the PSP Go, but I don't have the PSP Go telephone. So that'll be a one day I'll get it. One day I'll make it.
When you go pop up to a car boot sale and find it sat on someone's desk.
I swear to God, that. Literally, you've no idea how many times I've done that. I've gone to thrift markets. I have a N64, the Pokemon edition. I have that, right?
Oh, wow.
I got this thing out of a goddamn thrift market. It's one of these big thrift markets that happens every month in the Netherlands, and the place is huge, right? So you have rows and rows and rows of people giving away and everything and anything, right?
Yeah.
And I go down to have a look at the, game and stuff. This guy had an N64, Pokemon, 2 controllers, all the cables, and a couple of games, right? And some of the games were just whatever games, right? I can't even remember because it was probably have this game already. But he had Pokemon Stadium with it. And I turned around and I was like, hey, I think this is really cute. I was like, how much if I was to get the game and the N64 and all the controllers and all? I was like, I think it'd be really cute for my boyfriend. I played that angle. Because I'm a bastard.
Yeah.
Okay? Because girls don't play video games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took advantage. I did. I so did. So I was like, yeah, could I get whatever. It'd be really cute for my boyfriend. And he was like, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea. He goes, how does 55, or he goes, how does 60 euro sound? And I was like, I'll give it to you for 55. And he's like, oh, good negotiation. I'm like, yeah, thanks. And he packed it all up for me, handed it to me, handed him the 55, and I walked away. And Paul was like, you're the bastard. And I was like, yes, I am.
There's
a bastard.
nothing better than getting away from a store and you know fully well
that guy had no idea what he had, and I took it, and that was the end of it. I wasn't going to be like, oh my God, and like divulge all the information I know. I'm going to play the dumb girlfriend angle who doesn't play video games. And I will take advantage.
My favorite is when you spot something that they haven't spotted with their, like, for example, the PS2. We bought a PS2 at a car boot sale that had the network adapter on the back.
Oh, shit.
They didn't, so they didn't realize how much that was worth alone, because it was worth a fair bit of money back when it came out. So I'm looking at this PS2 and I'm thinking, my fat PS2 still works. I don't mind having a backup PS2 if I can get the network adapter, which is no longer around anymore. If I can get on that, get that. I said to the guy, how much do you want for the PS2? He was like, give me 15 quid. In my head, I'm screaming, 15 quid? That network adapter alone is selling on eBay for like 45, 50 quid.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the money. Turned around and walked up, gone.
Yeah, no, like, I like, you have to be like, like, I'll just take stuff out. Like, there was another thing that happened in this country. It's called King's Day and all this stuff. But basically, it's basically the King's birthday, right? Or the Queen's birthday, depending on who's alive, I guess. Anyway, they have their birthday, and on that day, everyone can sell their wares and everything like that, like kind of like a little like market or whatever. And they don't have to pay taxes for the whole day. That's the birthday gift. Basically, you don't pay taxes for the day. So whatever you sell is all yours. You don't pay taxes for it, right? This guy was selling the Punisher for the PlayStation 2, right? I don't think he knew what he had at all, right?
Yeah.
He had it marked down, and I'll just zoom this in as best as I can. Can you read that? That says in euros a 5.50, which means he was selling it for €5.50.
Oof.
Okay. And I was like, I picked it up and I was like, oh, the Punisher. I was like, that's pretty cool. And he's like, yeah, it's an old game. So I was getting rid of all the old ones that I just don't want anymore. And I opened it up and I had a look at the disc and I was like, oh, well, it looks like it's all there. Like, how much you want for it? He goes, the stickers on the back of it. And I was like, all right. Oh, 5.50. And he goes, yeah. I was like, around here, well, I'll give you the 5.50. There you go. And he goes, all right, enjoy. And I was like, thank you. And then I Googled it. Yeah. You know how much this thing is worth? I was like, get the fuck. I was like, because I haven't seen, like, the next best game that I could see was, it was Deadpool, right? The first one that everybody was kind of basically fishing for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And I was sitting there going, like, I wonder how much this thing costs. Now, I don't know if the price has changed at all, but it's not €5.50 anyway.
Yeah.
It was like something like in the fucking, literally have a chart. So the game completed at the moment is $82.38.
Damn.
So we're talking about what profit? Like 70 plus euro profit at least. So like game is a diamond in the rough. It is a diamond in the rough. It's a good find. And the thing is that because I have it all, like the manual alone is worth €30. I could just sell the manual and the box and the disc all separate and make over $100 if I wanted. Like I could take them all apart. They'll be worth more apart than they are together.
I don't know if it's just my generation that do this. I've gotten to the stage where if I'm buying something for myself, I'll see it in shops. Say I'll go to CEX, for example. I love a CEX search. And I'll be like, oh, they're selling it for, say, 45 quid. I'll have a Google. I'll see if I can find it cheaper. And then if I find it cheaper, I'm putting it back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I can get it cheaper. Because I can't buy for myself. I'm at the stage where if I'm buying for myself, I'm not buying for someone else. I'm buying it because I want it. And if I want it, then I can wait if I need to. But I'll find it for the cheapest version possible. I did it with, what did I do it with? I did it with the Sega Mega Drive. I went up to Resolving Market near Neath. They had first place I looked to CEX. I was like, oh, they're selling retro consoles, but they're selling them for like 80, 90 quid. And I'm like,
they are ambitious arseholes in that shop. They're like, they know what they have, but they're also going to like, we know what we have and we're also going to push it. And I'm like, you. So I was like,
I had a look on the website. I was looking for the Mega Drive. They wanted like £100. I was like, all right, I'm Resolving Market's coming up. It's going to be like, if someone's got it, it's going to be there. goes up and I see it and I'm like, oh. What am I looking at? And the guy goes, how old are you? And I went, what do you mean, how old am I? He went, do you remember playing it back in the day? I went, yeah, I've got Sonic. I've got the old Sonic games. I've got Alex the Kid. I remember, like, this is my like throwback. I
have a Master System in there that has Sonic the Hedgehog preloaded in it.
Yeah.
I didn't get Alex the Kid though. I wish I had Alex the Kid.
And he's like, oh, if you remember it that well, I'll do it even cheaper. And I was like, well, I played Sonic, I played Mario, Sonic 2, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, keep naming games, kid. And I'm like,
keep naming games, kid.
That was his
How
words.
old was he?
He was a big old guy. He's proper like 60, 70 old. So I mentioned
he's calling
5
you
games.
kid and all of a sudden
I was like, you know, I'm going to get this from you no matter what it takes, and I'm going to get it for as cheap as humanly possible. And he went, 40 quid. And I went, 30. And he went, 35. And I went, 28. And he went, what? I went, 26. And he realized I was going lower and lower the more he gave me another answer back. And I went, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to have a walk around and I'm going to see if I can find another one. And if I can't find one, I'll come back and get it.
Yeah.
And with this, you can see his eyes go, hang on. Am I gonna lose a sale here because I'm being a bit of a dick?
Dick.
And I was like,
it might be a maybe.
So
it might be a maybe.
My father-in-law is the best of hagglers. He will haggle his way through anything. I said to him, do me a favor, go and bugger off for 5 minutes. I sent him a text. I was like, come to this store. I'm trying to get this Mega Drive for 28 quid. Offer him 20 quid cash and tell him you won't get any more for it. And that's exactly what he did. He strolled up and he went, I'll give you 20 quid cash for it right now. And the guy was like, no. And
he was like, grand.
And then he was like, no, I won 28. And I was like, no. You want to sell it for 20? My father-in-law was like, I'll give you 20 quid cash right now. I turned around and went, I'll go and have a look around. And he sold it for 20 quid to him. And I was like, I've just saved 8 quid.
Oh my God.
But the fact that he was like, yeah, because of he hadn't thought about what he was getting when I was saying 26, 28, so going from 30 down to 28 and so on and so on. I was dropping it. And this guy just walked up and gone, I'll give you 20 quid, stop haggling with the kid. And took it. And I was just like,
there's so many
in-laws.
stories about that. Like anytime somebody goes in to get a retro console, I never hear like, oh, I got it on the retail price. There's always a story behind it. Like I have an Atari 2600 behind me, right? So how I got this is because my brother knows that obviously his little sister loves her video games and stuff, right? So he's always keeping an eye out for things, right? All my brothers do anyway. And he works in a bar. So obviously he deals with outflows now and again, the bar flies and whatnot, and having the conversations. One of the outflows is in the bar and he goes, oh man, he goes, I'm cleaning out the attic and I'm finding all this old stuff from like the 70s and 80s. And brother's all like, oh yeah, like anything interesting in there, anything, any video game related. He goes, I actually found an Atari and it's in its box or whatever. And he goes, oh well, are you throwing it out? He goes, I was thinking of throwing it into the bin, but if you want it there, chopper, I'll sell it to you. And he goes, oh really? Yeah. How much you want for it? He goes, sure. I'll take €50 and a free pint. And he goes, all right then. And then when as soon as I came home to Ireland, he was like, I got you something. And you're welcome, by the way. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, you owe me €50. And he pulls out the box. I was like, get the out of here. And he was like, swear to God, Evelyn came into the bar, regular, talks about how he was cleaning his attic, mentioned the fact that he had this, said €50 and a pint. I was like, do I have to give you the pint? He goes, no, you don't. You're fine. I was like, all right, great. But he got it off an outlet for $50 because he was going to chuck it into the bin. Yeah. Couldn't believe it. There was another guy that I know that got a fat PlayStation 3, right? The 4-port one that's backwards compatible.
I was going to say the backwards compatible one.
Yeah. His neighbor was cleaning out the house and she threw this thing in the skip, right? Oof. And he kind of went up and he goes, why? She goes, what's wrong with the thing? Is it broken? She goes, no, every time it turns on, it sounds like an aircraft carrier taking off, a couple of planes. And I was like, so what did you do with it, Bob? And he goes, obviously I brought it into the house and I cleaned it out and, made sure everything was fine in terms of cleaned up. Turned on, doesn't take off anymore. It was full of dust. I was like, so you got yourself a lovely backwards compatible PlayStation 3. He goes, oh, great, I did. I was like, hell yeah. Now that is a good goal. Like, fair play to you for getting it.
That I do love about games and in gaming in general is the fact that you can have a random conversation with a person in the street about games.
Yeah.
We had a kid in our restaurant playing on a yellow Nintendo with a little handheld one, screen in the middle. What's it bloody called? I can't think of the name of it. It's going to bug me because I can't think of the name of it.
Screen in the middle of it.
Screen in the middle, Nintendo.
DS? Game Boy? I'll go to
Game Boy. That's it, Game Boy.
Okay.
The Game Boy.
One of these or one of these? And then there's also other ones. Is it what it is or what it is?
It's
what it is or what it is?
It's the Game Boy.
That one? The fat Game Boy or the little Game Boy?
The fat Game Boy.
Right.
So he sat at his table waiting for his drinks to arrive, and I'm taking his drinks over. And I'm like the shyest person on the planet. I will have a conversation with anyone regarding anything, providing I know something about it. I can have a conversation with people as long as I know something about it. So I'm strolling over and I'm like, is he playing on a handheld? And I looked at it and I went, oh my God, an original fat Game Boy. I'm like, how does that still work? And he was like, I just looked after it and I changed the battery once it died once. And I was like, oh my God.
You can clean them out. They're so easy to fix in terms of the screens to be replaced. I have taken them apart. I've put them back together. They're easy tech to deal with. Like, even to the point where, like, you can take them apart. You can even put in your own backlight for, like, a screen instead of, like, the regular screens or whatever you have. But it's just, you just, like, so they're nice. Great. They're heavy. Yeah, they're lovely.
Being able to have that conversation with people and just, like, I feel like gaming is very sociable now. You can talk about it openly without people calling you a geek or calling you, whatever version.
Whatever insert insult here, there, or everywhere. Yeah. But like even at that, like it's a kind of like I've had conversations with alphas in bars. I'll go for the L pint fatter, and he'd be around his mates, and then he'd be trying to explain what I do, which I'm very thankful. My dad's 80, right? Yeah. And he's probably like my best promo ever to talk about what I do, right? And I'm not joking. My dad will he has my business card. He'll go in and have conversations with people. He'll put me in these awkward positions where I talk about what I do. And some alphas would be sitting there going they should be outside playing games. And then I start going into the fundamentals of why game is important. I was like, well, for example, problem solving, a lot of good planning, as well as organizing, a lot of efficiency, top budget. And then they kind of oh. So I was like, so if they're going out and playing football, at least put them into an under 12s team or whatever it is that has a coach that will teach them the fundamentals of all this. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's an interesting conversation. I can have it with other people that have gamed or even have a slight familiarity game. But when it comes to the older crowd, like the lads in their 80s, 70s being like elfless who are out in the fields, you know what I mean? This shit. And them trying to get their head around video games are the devil, you know what I mean? And me sitting there going well, I'm a little girl, so that makes me the devil, right? So it's an interesting conversation to be able to have when people are not overly familiar with it, or they have the sense of, they're watching TV. And I seen this article there the other day or yesterday of your man over in America, RFK or whatever the hell his name is, saying that video games are the cause of mass shootings. And I'm sitting there going I knew it. Minecraft was behind it all. Yeah. I was sitting there going this is how ridiculous you are. It's like saying porn makes sex addicts. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was sitting there going okay.
It's nuts how something so simple can change people's views.
No. And it's so weird though.
Yeah. The amount of times I've promoted this podcast with people that come into work to have food, and I see them playing a game, or they're playing on a Switch, or they're playing on a handheld, or they're playing card games, and I'm like, I'm an open book. I'll start a conversation with someone, and before I know it, I'm opening their Spotify and putting in the podcast for them and being like, there you go, check it out sometime. And just being able to have that conversation openly with people and not have to worry about being called a geek or this or that, or that's really cool that you do this. And it's just the whole gaming thing, it's just gone boom.
Yeah, well, even at that, you got to think of it this way, the amount of money that's being flowed into gaming alone. I remember doing a presentation at an old job place explaining, how much money the business of gaming is making. And at the time, this is many years ago, it was 24 billion. It's well into 30 billions now, I think it is. Something ridiculous like that. Someone will have to double check the numbers. But either or, people are making money, right?
Yeah.
So there's like so much money in it as well. Oh yeah, T-Love, good comment. Playing Pokemon Snap as a kid maybe is a hardened criminal. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. But it's nice to be able to be having that conversation in every aspect of people where they do have joys in these things that we're doing as well. But it's also interesting to see, even if they're not interested in gaming but grew up with video games in their home, to see that kind of nostalgia peak when they're like, like you're still doing this, and like, oh, I remember this game. Do you remember that game? And then you start harping on about the subject because maybe you're very familiar with it, or you're well knowledge, or whatever. You might be the guy who plays Mario Kart inside and out, every single version, every single day on his YouTube channel, which he does exist. There's a man out there that does this. So like, it's interesting to see when you are there to educate other people, or not educate, but to inform other people, like, this is going and this is what's happening now, to the point where like, maybe I should have a look. Or other people, like, for example, the GTAers, right? Let's be honest. People who are going to be buying GTAs, not only just you and me, but it's going to be people who are in construction, people who are hairdressers, people who are into cars, people who are into furnishing of homes. There is so many people that's going to be buying GTA 6 that, like, the assumption to think, oh, it's going to be for the younger crowd. No, it's not. I'm telling you now, these are the same people our age that's going to be doing this, even if they're not in the gaming industry. Or even part of it, they're going to be part of the conversation of where they're going to go ahead and buy a console for the sake of GTA 6, you know?
There was, did you see the post of a guy that had just had his daughter born when he was playing GTA 5, and then there's a new photo of him and her, and she's like grown up, and she's like playing games herself, and she's now playing GTA 5, and it's just like, you look at it from that aspect, and you're like, whoa. Yeah, like,
hardened criminals. Exactly. But like, even like, it is interesting to see it. Like, I remember working in game back in 2006, right? Yeah. That's a long time ago. And people were like, what's game? It used to be a shop that sells video games. Oh my God. And this was in Ireland. And this was like, again, this is 2006. So we're talking about nearly 20 years ago, right? And for those out there, like, you know, look, over the age of 20, thank you so much. Yeah, I was like 5 working in game. But no, in all seriousness, I remember saying the story to Trendy as well, that I was working behind the counter and this woman came up and she was buying GTA, I think it was 3, right? Nearly sure it was GTA 3. It could have been Vice Stories, but around, it was I can't remember. 2006. What GTA was out in 2006? 2006 GTA. Let's see here. Oh, Liberty Stories. That's it.
Oh yeah, right. Liberty City Stories.
Liberty City Stories. Sorry, it would have been about that, right? So I knew it was like after 3, but it was before San Andreas or whatever, right? But anyway, this one walks up. She has a kid with her. Kid's at least give or take 10 to 12 years old, right?
Yeah.
And now at the time I was about 19. So this one comes up. She has the game. She gives me the game, and I open the game to make sure obviously the box is empty before I go to the back and just get her a brand new one, right? And I open the game and I close the game or whatever, and I turn over the game and I point out the fact, I was like, you're aware this game is over 18. Is this purchase for you? And she's like, no, it's for him. I was like, okay, well, I can't sell him an 18-year-old game. This game is for over 18s and contains violence, drugs, and sexual content. Like, yeah, I'm getting the game. And I'm like, okay. So I go in and grab the game and I hand it to her, and I was like, just so you're aware, it does have like graphic violence in this, you know?
Yeah.
She's like, I don't care. Here's the money. I was like, grand, here's your receipt. And she turns around and she just hands the game over to the young fella. And I'm sitting there going like, so, but they cause mass shootings, you know what I mean? And that's the thing that like gets into my head. Like, I don't know where this, oh, they're causing killers in the street, and it's all because it's not them selling the games directly to the kids. It's a mother like this that doesn't want to put up with him fucking whinging because his friends has the game, and if his friends has the game and then he feels left out, or he's going to start kicking up, or he's a bold child that causes you murder and you just can't be bothered taking care of him. I don't know. Pick a lane, right? But what I know is this. I watched that woman fob off what I said to her and hand a game that apparently would cause hardened criminals or mass shooters, right? Apparently, allegedly, because it's ridiculous even saying this out loud. She hands the game to him, and the two of them walk out, and shit. And this is before smartphones, so none of this. Oh, her phone was distracting. That didn't exist back then.
No,
that did not. There was no social media. None of that shit existed. There was not like cries in the street and I seen this video or whatever. That never existed. So where's the excuse? The excuse is down to who? The parents, okay? Yeah. So like, there's parents like that could not give a shit, right? And just be like, whatever. And then it's obviously your example where your man just had a baby. It's a baby. Yeah. Not going to pick up anything. He has headphones on. He just has a picture of him with his baby sitting on his lap and playing a game. I have a picture of me with my baby sitting there playing, I think, maybe Call of Duty or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And I have my headphones on and she's on my lap or whatever, right? She's 14 now. She has a PlayStation she refuses to use. She loves to hang out where? At the library, okay? So if I'm not doing well with my child, okay, she refuses to play video games with me. She actually kind of gets embarrassed at the fact that I do play video games because what happens is her friends gets intrigued about the fact of what I do for a living and they have questions. She's like, oh my God, man, you're so embarrassing. So that's where I am. The whole cool mom situation, okay? Way past it. She likes her books. She plays music. She likes to have her solitude time. She likes to draw. You know what I mean? Like, she is so far away from gaming that it upsets me that we don't game anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, she used to play a little bit of Mario Kart, but now it's just embarrassing, Mom.
Oh,
that's where I'm at now. That's where I'm at.
See, Mini Tinks, my boys, they've got their own games that they play. Mini Tinks is more Mario Kart, Fall Guys, all that sort of stuff. And she loves it. It's her downtime after school. So
when is she going to start a nice little, she's going to be a ringleader for a gang, is it? That's how it starts, right?
That's how it starts, apparently. She's going to turn up.
Hardened criminals for Pokemon's map.
And hold them all hostage or something, I don't know.
Or I don't know, like, hey guys, you better check out my Pokemon collection. What do you mean? Check it out. Like, why are you holding that book against my head? I don't understand. Like, kids are weird though. Kids are weird. You know what? Bring back. Fake video games. Bring back Pogs.
Oh my God.
Bring back Pogs. I have lovely tubes of Pogs sitting in my parents' shed right now. They are not to throw it out because I said to them if they throw it out, I'll put them both into a home very quickly. Those things are great. I miss having Pogs and I miss having Smashers.
Yeah.
They were great. Pogs are the shit. Fun. They were the shit. Yeah. If I could bring back Pogs and sell it to people, I would. If I could. Like, Pogs, and even at that, someone should do that. You know why? Do you ever hear these things called Labubus? Do you know what a Labubu is?
No.
Oh, Christ almighty. I got introduced to this cult thing. There's a lovely episode on South Park that explains it perfectly. But anyway, it's these little toys, right? They kind of remind me of troll dolls.
Oh, I no. Oh, God,
right?
No.
They have like these monstery looking teeth on their smiley faces and they look like little rabbits or whatever. There's these young ones that are literally screaming in their car saying, I spent $2,000 on these fucking little boo-boo things, right?
Yeah.
And it's like a mystery box. So you got to open up the box and see if you got this limited edition Labubu. Apparently they cost a lot of money to resale. It's gotten to the point where people have manufactured lock boxes for their Labubus, for their feckin' handbags. There was one girl who told a story that she was walking along with her Labubu on her back and another girl was getting close enough. She had a knife. She freaked out. She thought she was going to get stabbed. No. The girl was trying to go up, grab the Labubu and cut it off her fucking bag. Yeah.
That is mad.
That's what I thought. Like, yeah, so that's why I say bring back Pogs, right? Yeah. It seems non-violent, right? Yeah. Like, I'm telling you now, boys. I'm telling you, any lads sitting here on the chat and you're like, I love what? Don't. Yeah. Okay, I give you this lady information to keep you safe, right? So don't let that happen. But like, no word of a lie, these lads, they're the same maker. The funny thing is, the guy that made them is here in the Netherlands. So I could just go up and knock on his door, right? So he made mini versions of the Labubus and he's making millions now. He's making millions from the mini versions of Labubus.
Mini version, oh my word.
Mini version. You know what these things remind me of? Pick-me pops. You know what a pick-me pop is? I think I have it on a handbag somewhere behind me. They're like these small little, like, almost like
figures.
You know, like the beanie things that we used to have when we were growing up. Beanie babies, right? It's like one of those, small and round, has some beans in it, and has a little smell on it. That's it. And they come out like amiibos, you know, season 1 of whatever amount of whatever characters, and then season 2 of whatever amount of characters, and season 3. So they come out in seasons. It's mad.
That's mad.
You got the custom Animal Crossing plushie from Etsy, and it's way colored than any Labubu. Good. You know what? Stand ground. Take these Labubus in the face. Like they're arseholes. So that's why I'm thinking to myself, like knock that shit out away. Okay, bring back pogs.
I just had $1 billion idea. We could do this together. Giant pogs.
Giant pogs. Where people are like taking like what? Fucking manholes to slap them down. That'd be cool as shit, actually.
Losing one down the drain and it gets stuck so you can actually pull it out and be like, ooh, oof. $1 million idea. Giant pogs. Quick.
Like giant pogs. Could you like how big would it be though? And you have to ship them out to people in post to be coming in like fucking 4x4s, trying to get them into your house and shit. The slammers would be way too expensive. They'd be like, how much is the slammer made out? Well, the cheapest material we could find is aluminium. You know what I mean? Like, do you mean something carbon fiber? It'd probably fall apart if you tried to smash the thing.
Oh, I've just got this image of someone sat on the street playing giant pogs and a friggin' manhole just popping open.
And then the wind catches them.
Just
and then
sends them flying down the road.
wind. They're trying to slam it and they're like, turns into a sail and starts pushing them. My God.
Oh, my word. I've never laughed so much. Oh, it's friggin' hysterical.
I think we should bring back pogs, though, in fairness.
Oh, yeah.
It leaves off people with their... if anything, I want to like get myself, not Labubu, or the fake version, by the way, is called a Lafufu, and people can tell if you have a Lafufu. Yeah. Kind of like how people take handbags. Lafufu. We should come out with our own little thing. You know what I mean? We should. Limited edition. Call it a single fuck to be given or something. I don't know. like there is loads of teddies that are way nicer than Labubus. Oh, yeah. Can I introduce you in a fugly? You know what? This is a fugly. I have it on screen at the moment. So it's the fugler. Okay. It's these. I don't know why they decided to put human teeth in it. It looks like human teeth anyway. It is like I bought me one and my daughter one, and she looked at me like a fucking weirdo. She was like, this thing is like super horrible and ugly. And I was like, I know, that's why I bought two. And she was like, what's wrong with you, Mom? I was like, yeah, but look at the weird teeth in it. Look at it.
Oh my word. That's actually quite scary.
That's nightmare fuel, isn't it?
I like the fact he's got little pants on.
Yeah, but at least he does have pants on. He doesn't have anything down there, but like, what is that actually? No, it's not. It's not a penis. Anyway, I was like, pee-pee.
Them teeth look real. That's scary.
Yeah, but that's the weird thing about it. The teeth look real. They look really real. It's kind of it's very jarring. If I
saw that under my stairs or under my bed or whatever, I think I would actually like freak out. I feel like I would actually freak out.
I like it. It's ugly enough, you know. But even at that, like the one thing that they should be doing is bringing out plushies from video games more often. Like I have this wonderful PUBG Dino Land teddy bear.
That's really
cool. That they sent me ages ago. And like his little visor, it retracts and goes forward.
Oh my God, I love PUBG. So like I'm loving that at the moment. It's my go-to game at the moment.
I'm thinking of jumping back on the PUBG myself.
We should play some PUBG. If you can play PC PUBG. Yeah.
PC PUBG.
Yeah, me and you play PC PUBG.
PC PUBG, not PUBG Mobile.
No, not PUBG Mobile. All
right, well we can do a day. No, the game is crossplay. You can do it on Xbox to PC, can't you?
No, console. It's console to console.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Crossplay.
Yeah, crossplay console to console. PlayStation and Xbox. Yeah.
Yeah, console, PC to PC.
Yeah.
Bastards. Time we used to have PlayStation to fucking console. Terrible, carry on.
We'll have to get some PC PUBG in. It'd be funny as hell.
Oh my God. I haven't done PC PUBG in like forever. I still be able to keep up with it, I think.
It's still my favorite at the moment. It's what I'm addicted to. I'm absolutely addicted to it.
I still have my whatever thing plus is still activated on the account, so
yeah,
I should jump onto it.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Oh my God, this has been amazing.
There you go. Did you have a good laugh? PUBG is my jam. No, it's my jam first, and you're copying us. Unreal. I'm telling my fellow downstairs.
Do you remember believe me either way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The only thing that fries my brain at the moment in PUBG is when people run you over with a car. They should have done the H1Z1 thing with transport in PUBG, where you can't run people over.
No, I think running people. No. I love running people over in PUBG. I love it. I love running them over, and I love the fact that they try to run me over as well, because I'll shoot them in the face as the car is going, and even if the car hits me, as long as they're dead, I couldn't care less.
There's nothing more frustrating than looting for what feels like 45 minutes to get run over by some skeeving little shitbag.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of PUBG. I remember me and Ginger Ale were playing it not long ago, actually. I think we're on console. And I have a video of this. And I got into a car and she jumped in with me and we're just driving around and we're just kind of like getting people to come out, you know, driving around the full circle, just shooting. As we're driving past one part, we heard like a car from a distance coming over, but the car, we thought the car was like further away.
Yeah.
This thing comes over our head, drifts around like something out of fucking Fast and Furious. Me and her were like, what the heck? It was like, this guy's like, zip, 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 just flying like. It was something ridiculous. I was like, this is hilarious as shit. I was like, we need to do this more often where we're just randomly driving and hoping a random car just comes out of nowhere and just like,
oh, it's so funny. Just having that freedom to just drive around. The only thing that frustrates me at the moment is being either run over by a car when you're putting bullets in, or you can't find the car on the map. There's nothing more frustrating than looting and having to run.
Oh, having like you always have to go towards the roads to find it. Always a road. Or if you can find a house that has like a garage attached to it might have
and you find one
in it.
In the garage.
But it's not guaranteed. And if you take a bike and you try to be all cool and like and you start pulling wheelies, you kill everyone.
And kill yourself. Yep. Done that.
Awful. It's awful. I think I've done 2 successful flips, like running like zip, 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 and then flying up a hill and then trying to do an El twirl and landing safely. Yeah. I remember, I think it was with Luna or something like that, and she was just screaming at me. She's like, how did you get away with that? I was like, I don't know. Gee, gods. And they were like, Raven the Cave. Oh, it was great in awful times. It was great in awful times. It really was. It's a whole different kettle of fish.
I love it. It's my go-to game at the moment. I'm just addicted to it. I lost my Call of Duty faith with.
How did you, like? Let's talk. Let's dive into that. What happened?
It just got repetitive.
I went through your content, Danny. Okay, because I'm good like that. I went through and I scrolled down and I see when you're like, oh, I'm going to jump on the battlefield because everyone else is jumping onto the battlefield, and then beforehand, obviously, your Mario Kart and stuff like that. So what happened? What happened to you in Call of Duty? Who broke up with who?
I just got fed up of cheaters. I got fed up of people looking through walls at me, following me, coming around the corner, and just like, it got frustrating, and I just went, you know what? I can't be asked. But see, really it's a virus, isn't it? Yeah, it really is a virus. And like the thing is that like you have lads cheating, be it like God Almighty. I already know about the lads who are cheating, and like the Battlefield beta, for Christ's sake. Yeah. The beta, lads, like you have to. So many people caught cheating in the beta, trying to cheat in the beta. It was unreal. Yeah, Javelin, fair play to that software. Caught a lot of people, and people are like, oh, I can't use System Boot. I was like, do you even know what System? By the way, guys, before anyone whinges about secure boot and blah 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 blah. Yeah, I want you to go ahead. I want you to Google it, and I want you to tell me what it means before you start going like, it's Ricochet's fault or Javelin's fault or whoever it is when it comes to secure boot. Okay, why do they have to do secure boot? Why? You'll find the answer when you Google it. Yeah. So, but now it was very disheartening as well to see that, like, lads already ruined Call of Duty. Yeah. Like being a virus, basically. You're basically like a virus. And the way some people justify their cheating is because other people are cheating in the game too. Yeah. Cool. So if they're jumping off a bridge, ... you know? Yeah. Like, it's kind of, it's such a stupid excuse, and it's so understandable why you're like, I can't play this game because I can't get a decent round in. You know, I can't feel like I'm enjoying the game. It's not even a case of, like, for me personally, like I said, like, it's a vegetated game. I'm not putting my house mortgage and life through all of this stress. You know what I mean? It's just a video game. Some people are acting like their whole life is on the line when it comes to the game, which is something else. But like, go on anyway, keep going. So the cheaters, everything like that. Like, the cheaters, what? They feel stale. There's nothing new there. I want to be able to play a game. There's no hunger for it. Yeah. Like, I want to be able to come home and be addicted to a game like I'm currently am with PUBG. Maybe because I'm getting older and I prefer the slower paced feel. Maybe. Yeah. But I've just lost my love for Call of Duty. I played it from Call of Duty 2 on the original Xbox. Was my first experience of it when I went to a friend's house and played it. And then Tink's brother brought up his 360 and got me playing Modern Warfare 2. And I got addicted to that. And I loved it. And I had to change some settings around to get used to the triggers and stuff. I used to play on lefty. That was how I got used to Call of Duty. I had to change the settings to lefty. And I was addicted to it. And over the last few years, I've just been like, I'm not touching. I didn't pay for Black Ops 6 because Black Ops 6 is on the Game Pass.
Game Pass. Same.
And I bought the Game Pass because my son has my account on his Xbox and we game share that way.
Yeah.
So it's just, I get to play Game Pass because he's using it on the Xbox One, Xbox Series S. So it's just like, I get extra games to play basically for nothing.
Yeah, like that is understandable. But like, even at that, when it comes to like just Call of Duty and you're sitting there going like, I can't play this game because people are cheating in this game.
And the fact that it's not even stable anymore. Like I played with two of the boys that did the last episode of the podcast with me, Matt and Gino. And like every other game, you've got to restart your game because if it's frozen or it crashes your PC. And it's just, they've had this game on PC for way too long. They should be fixing the stupid stuff.
But even at that, they're not going to fix anything because they're too busy waiting to do this year's game. Yeah. And then the same thing is going to happen. Like I know it feels like I have to justify my experience with Call of Duty because obviously I played Battlefield for so long and everyone has this perspective, maybe hashtag not everyone, but you know what I mean? Like I have this developed perspective of being like just a Battlefield player or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But like I remember back in the day, like for Call of Duty itself, like you would buy the standard game. There was no kind of like, well, it just about maybe come into that time of like you could buy all your maps all at once or whatever. It'll be part of whatever package it was, or deluxe package or whatever it was called, premium package. But I remember how it went. It was release the game November. Always about November, 3 months in, 1st of January, started to get a little bit quieter, and then they would release the first DLC, which would be 3 DLC maps packs, and a zombie map. Yeah. Right? So that map, that's it. And then it would do it again in March, and then it would do it again towards just the end of summer, I think September or something like that, to keep the longevity going until the next Call of Duty was out, right? And the thing is that from what I felt at the time, like I'll say World at War, good example.
Yeah. Oh my God.
World of War was that classic. That's a great game. Classic game. So World of War was a fantastic example. Like I can't remember any mad glitches or any mad issues or anything that would kind of stick out and be like, oh yeah, do you remember that stupid issue? Or do you remember whatever issue it was? I think it was the case of the only time I ever remember like the first issues of Call of Duty was people disappearing into one of the rocks in Call of Duty Ghost multiplayer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know the one you're on about.
The map that was open-ended, and then it had like a big rock in the left side of it, and like whatever way you could crawl into it and people could shoot in there. I remember that. But I could never remember. I could never ever remember the any issues with World War at all.
No.
That thing was great because I had a co-player, I had a co-op for the campaign as well.
You could do co-op, or you could do you go straight on multiplayer. Yeah.
Exactly, that's it. But I remember how they sent out the game in that kind of roadmap. Like I remember even with Modern Warfare 2 and 3, not the newer ones that everyone's experiencing now. We're talking about the OG originals back in 2000 and whatever, back in the noughties as I call it. So like I remember that flow of the release of the game and that kind of maintenance of the game. But nowadays it's like, there's no point to even talking about hype to do with a map because we're too busy with seasons. Yeah, we're not going to talk about anything new or innovative.
6, 7 that just has skins.
Like there's skins and there's events and there's crossover promos and there's you know. So like comparing those two like eras of Call of Duty, just for as in just to compare those two alone, like I'm sitting there going like there was no noise, like blatant noise on this game, right? In terms of like their season passes and skins and this and this and this and this and this. It was like, no, game's released. Everyone's going to get hyped for the first map pack. Everyone's going to get hyped for the next map pack, blah, 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 blah.
We know we're getting this map next month when it comes out. Yeah.
Exactly. And everybody's anticipating and everybody's ready to spend their money and everything like that. But like when you're getting onto like Call of Duty these days, it's like, okay, when I launch the game and I go into multiplayer, okay, I'm already hit with ads about the battle pass or whatever it is, right? Okay, cool. And then I go into another thing and then it reminds me, oh yeah, the battle pass, do you want to purchase it? And I'm like, no, I don't want to purchase it. And then I go into the game itself and like for someone who has ADHD, like that's a lot of information all at once. So like in one corner I have all my tasks I need to do. Obviously my menus are up on top, and then on the right side I have all this other stuff like news, information, my profile, da 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 da. In the very bottom I'm seeing like all of this noise again, like who am I going to be playing with, blah 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 blah. And then meanwhile in the menu, I'll have like alerts at the very top of go to the store, go to this for this event for the battle pass, flashing constantly, go, 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 to the point where I'm annoyed. I have to go into it just to disable it or whatever it is, just to highlight that I've read it and then back off. Just get rid of it.
Yeah.
So I'm already mentally exhausted and I haven't even gotten into one game. And the fact is that when I go into one game and it's just altogether chaos in terms of just noise, because everybody's talking at once. And let's face it, no one's having a decent conversation.
Oh, no.
So most of everyone is like, well, I'm going to turn off this feature because I don't want to listen to feckin' children whinging or slur words or whatever it is. Then it gets to the point where Call of Duty has to remind players that in-game conversations are getting recorded because people are arseholes and everything has to be recorded and recorded for this reason, that reason, so we can ban them. And it's mentally exhausting.
Yeah.
It really, really is, because it's a natter over and over and over. Like it's this flashing, that, Beavis and Boyhead, King of the Hill, Nicki feckin' Minaj. I was like, who cares? I just want to go into the game and shoot people in the face and log off. I don't need this flashing of ads and ads and ads and ads, like it's so different. I can understand why a lot of people are like, I got to go over the battlefield. Why? Because I'm not getting flash banged in the face with ads.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not getting flash banged in the face to buy a battle pass. I'm not why would I want to buy an anime skin that's in 2D when I'm supposed to be in a feckin' realistic environment? So I can be, I don't know, not caught in Warzone, but instead I see Beavis and Butthead running across a map, making it feckin' easier for me. And then they have the audacity in proximity chat to call me names and ask, how did I see them? Yeah. Maybe because if you weren't dressed as Beavis and feckin' Butthead in 2D format, maybe you'd have a chance. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I don't know where people's rationale is, but it's obviously out of their head.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there going, why, what is the feckin' point? It's like, no wonder people are pissed off and tired.
Yeah.
And thinking about, the next Call of Duty is going to be full of whatever. And it was interesting as well, like the lads in Call of Duty mentioned the fact that the new one, the Black Ops 7, that their skins and all this other stuff won't be included.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, can you imagine the amount of money that you spent on this game, knowing that you've just thrown it away because they're no longer going to support this game?
It's very similar to when they went from Warzone 1 to Warzone 2 and they told everyone you can't transfer over all your content. Yeah. And then people are going, well, hang on, I just spent like 300 quid for the last 2 years playing your game and you're telling me I can't transfer it over to the new one. And then they've done exactly the same this time around. They've got the new game and you're not going to be able to transfer stuff over. Like, what are you... If you want people to buy skins in your game, you want to be able to use them wherever you go. Make it so that it works.
Yeah, but even at that, think of it this way. We're talking about support for a game. Yeah. Right? And this is a game that's released every year.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be frank with it. Every year is planned. Every year is sent out. We're no longer... I don't think we're not doing the whole, Treyarch versus whoever.
No, it's...
malarkey, but we're not doing those studios anymore because apparently the last studio had to pick up from the other studio to help with that studio and all this other conversation as well. But it's the fact that you're spitting out a game every year, right? The only thing that people could hope for Black Ops 6 in the aspect if they wanted to keep playing the game because you bought skins or whatever it is, you better hope the Black Ops 7 turns out like the new Call of Duty Ghosts kind of scenario. Yeah. That's the only way you can think of it that way, because I remember when Call of Duty Ghosts came out, campaign was great. Campaign was great. Yeah. Multiplayer was not well received from everyone. I thought it was all right, but it wasn't well received from everyone. What happened was
multiplayer. Absolutely.
What happened was the lads who did not like it, what happens is they went back to the previous game. Yeah. And they were like, we'll wait for the next Call of Duty. And so everybody went back to the previous game. And I remember vividly because I was only starting off on Twitch. Yeah. If I remember it rightly. So I remember starting on Twitch and I remember I'm going to keep playing Black Ops 2 because the new Call of Duty Ghosts is not well received.
Yeah, everyone kind of went back
you could totally hope for the fact that maybe Call of Duty 7 doesn't work out and you get to keep playing Call of Duty 6, Black Ops 6, and maybe they'll continue to support there because of maybe whatever reason number 7 is doing. I don't know. That's a hypothetical that I'm throwing into the air. Yeah. But would it not surprise anyone if they did that? No. No. It wouldn't be any surprise at all. But even at that, I remember when people were talking about boots on the ground, battlefields, all that other stuff recently. And I had to remind people, I was like, you know your man Vince Zappella, right? He's the guy who does Battlefield, right? Cool. Did you know he also did Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah.
And Titanfall and all these other great games from years ago. You know what I mean? Boots on the ground. So like, if people are thinking that like, oh, well, everyone has this one mindset, it's either Call of Duty or Battlefield. I'll have you know that the guy that's designing our Battlefield 6, he did Call of Duty games. And it's not like a case of like, oh no, I hate those games or whatever. No, not at all. Because at the same time, once he finished up doing his Call of Duty stuff, then he started going over to Battlefield stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy that's averse in his FPS and his war games, you know? So like,
and it's all boots on the ground as well for him. He likes the boots on the ground.
He likes to have his, except for Titanfall, but Titanfall was own magic. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was more like boots on the ground and in the air because you're getting chucked into a big giant like machine to go around, big Titan, you know, big Geiger or whatever it was called back then. I have no idea. I just remember getting the second one because my boss was like, if you don't buy the second one, I'll fire you. I was like, I don't think that's legal. You know what I mean? But I bought the game anyway to be safe.
Oh yeah.
So just make sure I had a job. But but it's these kind of like conversations where I sit there and I say to people like, you know, like I want to know what's going on in your world when it comes to Call of Duty. Like, how long have you been playing it? What's the story with your background? Like, how much money have you invested into this game?
Yeah,
you know, the only time I invested money into my Battlefield game was for my season passes. That's it, because I wanted my season passes so I get my skins. That's my money, and I could spend it there, and I'm okay with spending it there, and that's what I get. People are probably like, well, you're not going to play 2042 anytime soon. Yeah, sure, I understand that, but at least that game lasted at least 3 years.
Yeah, that's just it with Battlefield.
That's the games last at least a couple of years before the next Battlefield is out. So like between that and then Battlefield 5 when that was released, that was a few years as well. Yeah. Battlefield 1, few years before Battlefield 5. At least I'm getting a few years out of the game. I want to get
the experience from the game. You're getting a good few years worth of content. You're getting a good few years of
replayability is so important. Even if it's not, forget about the FPS conversation. If we're talking about single player games, like Assassin's Creed is probably a fantastic example of replayability, right? And some of their stuff as well. There's loads of games that has replayability, but if you're able to get a game that has that replayability in it, like I can go back and I could try it again. I could do a different side of the story, or I'll pick a different direction. I'll go with a different character.
Yeah,
exactly. If you're able to put that into the game for the replayability, I want that. That's why I was like, I stuck to me Battlefield for so long, because not only did they have the seasons, they were also releasing like the new maps and stuff like that. And also like little kind of caveats where they're introducing older weapons back into the game, like from Battlefield 3 or Bad Company 2 and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'd love to try like whatever game or whatever play mode it is. That's based from like Battlefield 3 or that's based from 1942 or based in Bad Company, and having the opportunity to go back into those games from a newer version of a game instead of me plugging in everything. Call of Duty hasn't, like, Call of Duty has a little bit of that, but you don't have that feel. Instead of you going on to Nuketown, you're going on to a new version of Nuketown with your man set, whatever his face is, Rogan or whatever his name is. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, oh yeah, say you're going back there, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
You know?
They
like that. Well, that's my example anyway.
Different versions of it, and
again, it's the same map, same layout, just different skins.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
That's what people are getting fed up of it. I think that's what people are bored of, the rinse repeat scenario with the whole game. It's just the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah, that's why I'm like. That's why I'm sitting there going like, they should have remade Ghosts.
Yeah,
they should have just continued on Ghosts. In my opinion, I would have bought it. That's for sure. Like if they told me like, we're going to continue on the campaign for Ghost.
I used to like the little blue briefcase you could pick up when you were running around on Ghost. Someone dropped a blue briefcase. You picked up. And
another thing that they forgot about Ghost was the clan factions. Would you go in and you could fight areas against different clans to take over areas, and then like you go sleep that night, and then you wake up that morning, you find the other clan that you're fighting against is taking over that place. You know what I mean? Like I miss that. That's a good feature.
We needed that. That was something you had a reason to play the game for. You could be in work tomorrow, let's say 8 o'clock till 4. You come home and you're going to want to go, oh, where's my clan? Where am my clan in the leaderboards? Where am I going?
Exactly. And then you have a bunch of people. You'd be like, hey, so-and-so. You could be like having friends over the States. That's the way my setup was. Anyway, I had all my girls all over the place. But we'd be like, right, we'll coordinate at this time. If you can't get on, we'll try and coordinate whatever time. And then it'll be like, all right, well, so-and-so can't get on. So I'm going to wait for her at this time. And we're going to go in together. And then you guys go ahead first, but let us know if there's anything else. I'm like, yeah, cool. And we used to organize like that. Jesus, all the time. It was just a nicer way of keeping us together and then recruiting people into the clan.
Yeah.
That was my shit. You know, they let me do that.
We went through a few clan names over the years.
We were the Clegs.
We had, if I can see if I can remember this right in order, it was AUKE something. There was UKEP, there was ENC, and I think that was the last one. ENC was the last one. Or we now have my TDC,
Clegs,
which is used for everything.
The MLG team that I was part of.
Yeah.
Could you believe that's how old? Because, by the way, MLG was like the ESL back in our day, if you could figure it out.
Is MLG still around?
I don't know, actually. I don't even think it is. I don't know. I don't think it is. MLG.
Crazy.
Let's have a look. MLG. Let's see.
If it is still around, that's crazy.
No, but somebody made a video a couple of years back saying what actually happened to MLG, so I think it's dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Should be like the game then. The game should be dead by now.
Yeah. It was the players like Nade Shot and stuff was part of it, and Scrumpy and all these other heads from like FaZe. I remember that. I was part of a clan called Critical Reaction, I think it was.
Yeah.
I was only in there for like a month briefly, and then I was like, nah, I'm not liking this. I'm out.
I do have one final question for you before we finish up.
Where do babies come from? I'm still waiting on that conversation with parents.
If you could team up with any content creator on the planet on any game, who would you choose and what game?
Any content creator, any game.
If you could team up with any of them to do content, so like play a game together, create funny content to post, who would you choose?
It's a hard question because there's so many good people out there that play lots of stuff. You know what? I always bring her up in conversation. I would say Pokemon. I'm not a fan of her at all. Like, I don't follow her whatsoever. I'm just genuinely curious to just see what the hell she's like in playing games. In person, like playing games and see how, and like, is she good enough for a laugh? Is probably more my curiosity. But if there's someone I'd love to try out, we'd probably play with, I don't know, actually.
I'm really stumped on this one.
Because there's so many good content creators. I'm thinking of like, I couldn't just pick one if I had to grab a group of people. Yeah. I don't know.
I've got my list.
Actually, you know, I will go on a limb. I would say Shroud.
Yeah.
Playing. Yeah. I would love to give a go and play with him and see what battle feels like with him.
That'd be really cool.
That would be really cool. I'd like that. Because I played against him and I played against Ninja and all in PUBG.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm sitting there going, like, I've already played against these lads. And Liquid Haze and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying, like, because that's why I'm sitting there going, like, who the hell would I play with, though? Yeah, I'd probably be Shroud. I like his ethic when it comes to gaming. Yeah. He's not like Ninja where he's like bawling and shouting that bleeding shite.
I've got...
To an extent, to a point.
Yeah. I've got a controversial one and I got a realistic one.
Oh my God, is it Dr. Disrespect? Oh my God.
It actually is. I think just being in the same team as him, playing PUBG and hearing his reaction to me sniping people while he's dead because he's already died, and he's spectating me and me sniping someone and him going, shoot the fucking, just hearing his reaction to me sniping someone in game and just like, just shoot him already, and just hearing his motivation, like, you've got this. Yeah. Get your head down. Lay down.
Yeah, but I can do that for you, Dan. Yeah. You don't need him. He's a phony. He dresses up. I don't.
But just having that mentally motivation of like...
And I wouldn't be that lad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
He's my...
I can show it you. A low cost of $5.99. No, sorry.
He's the one, my controversial one. I would love to have some time with Noza from...
Yes.
From back in the day when he used to play PUBG. I don't think he plays it anymore.
Oh, Nozabox is on, well, he's not called Nozabox anymore. He's called Noza One Hand.
He's on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right. He's on the tube and he's playing like Satisfactory and stuff like that.
I would love to get some time in with him and play some PUBG if he would still be up for it.
Oh, yeah.
And, that would be a team. Me, you, Noza, and we'll have to find a fourth.
Man, you know, I'd be half a mind to say it to Jammy. I'd be like, bring Jammy in.
Yeah.
Because I want to know, because I miss his whinging. I do. I miss young blood. First blood, as I call him. First blood. Yeah. He's good crack as well. I miss game with him and him whinging about anything and everything. Always giving out about his virgin router. Always. I miss
Good
those
old
days.
Virgin Media still doing the rounds.
Yeah, Virgin Media was like Virgin Media. Like they did people wrong. They did our people wrong. You know, we had so many content creators on that fucking network. They're like, that fucking network is sucking ass.
Yeah.
Like to the point where he was getting like an an enterprise set up in his house. I was like, Jamie, you're 19. Like, what are you doing? Like, well, that's it. I get an enterprise account set up. I was like, all right, then, buddy, you do what you need to do. Yeah, but I think he'd be good crack the game with as well. I do miss our 1v1 me bro.
Yeah.
Thing that we did like ages ago, was like he wanted to play against me. I think it was like World War II, Call of Duty or whatever it was, and it was like 1v1 me, bro. And then I made a whole big like deal of it, and I contacted my Microsoft and Mixer. I was like, "We're doing a promo. I want this on the front page." And they were like,
get it up there.
Oh, it's the funniest shit ever. The amount of promo we did and the amount of people that came in to watch it was ridiculous. By the way, I won, just so everyone.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's it. I'd love to do that again. The 1v1 me bros.
Yeah.
They were just hilarious because it was just a laugh anyway. Like at the end of the day, everyone was just having a laugh. I think he was half serious, but I was having a laugh.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. He'd probably come in and correct me. But I remember just being like a bit of an arsehole with it. I was like, I'll do it. And even if we don't lose, whatever, it'd be funny as shit. I was like, we're gonna push this so hard.
Yeah.
Like, because I was hoping, like, if I do win, it's gonna look terrible on him if he loses. And you know what? That's what happened.
Yeah.
But I'd love to bring that back. I miss that kind of stuff.
Really
I'd love to do that with Jamie again.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's Call of Duty game, like 1v1 me, bro, or even just bring it up in game for a laugh. Like, even if it's not us directly, but just taking two people in the community and being spectator mode, and like, like that kind of shit. If you, lads and lasses, if you want this to happen, and for me and Danny to commentate on this, okay, let us know in the comments below. I will 100% organize it. I will put the same energy as what I did on Mixer. Honest to God, I'm like, the 1v1 bro of 2025, you know, that kind of shit.
Live commentary with Danny and Tinks. Danny and AntiTinks.
Yeah, that's it. But that's it. It could all work out. We just need to get the right people in the right game, I guess. Even at that, I still have, like, we could always look at the Battlefield side of it and see what way it goes. Yeah?
Yeah,
that's why.
That'd be really cool. I do need to play some Battlefield.
Why stop at shooters?
Yeah. Get on Mario Kart World. I'll beat you at Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. There's so many. Repo. What else? Among Us.
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys. We could even push it into Animal Crossing. I know for a fact that we're like, right, we're going for a fishing conversation. Like, we'll set up an island. We'll go and meet at the island. We'll get people to do tasks. Build us a whole interior design. We're going to go and check it out. We'll do like Project Runway. You know what I mean? I'll be Heidi Klum, of course. And, you know, you could be Michael Kors. And I'd be like, with fashion, one day you're in and the next day you're out. And like, I could do that whole like German, Austrian kind of field with. You're in and you're out, you know? I think it would be a good idea.
That'd be really cool. We should definitely set something up.
Yeah, race cars, you know, Forza is another one. We can make a map that way.
Yeah.
You know, this will be my idea. Streamer in a Beamer. There.
Oh yes.
I already have all this stuff made, Danny. So if anyone's going to be like, I'm going to take this idea, I will sue you. I already have it written down last 3-4 years. I have it documented. I have graphics. I have everything ready to go. Do not touch my baby.
Streamer in a Beamer. I fucking
Streamer in a Beamer.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. So like the whole idea would be like set up a nice racetrack, get our top end streamers in a Beamer, and then just do a kind of Top Gear rip the piss. That would be my one. Again, if anyone steals that idea, I will sue you.
She will do a Nintendo on you and she will sue the fuck out of you.
I will Nintendo the shit out of your universe. And y'all laughing. I am so dead serious. I need to add this. I'm dead serious, okay?
She is dead serious. I can see her eyes. They're very, very serious. They're very, very serious.
And green. And green.
Oh my God.
Not a bad idea.
What an absolute fucking episode.
I'm glad to be on. So like, I thank you for having the niceness to invite me as well. It's nice, and the fact that we're reconnecting as well, even though we semi-reconnected like two toddlers in a playground. Like, so different
it's been very nice. Guys, if you haven't already, or if you don't already, make sure you go and follow AntiTinkerbell on Twitch, YouTube,
and TikTok,
Instagram,
Twitter.
Instagram.
Blue, whatever it's called, blue sky.
Do you know what the best part is? Right, you just have to put in AntiTinkerbell. She's got the same name on everything. I'm so jealous because I couldn't get It's the Danny C Show on Twitter because it's a character too long because I'm fucking stupid when I created my name.
It's a character too long.
It's one character too long. It's one fucking character too long. Twitter, what the fuck are you doing to me?
I give you a better one. I can't use Anti-Tinkerbell on Nintendo because they say it's hate.
Oh.
There you go.
Ooh.
I don't know how it is. I don't know if they're that attached to Tinkerbell, but last time I checked, okay, we all know the story about Tinkerbell, right?
Oh,
Psychopath about a fella. She literally sold those kids and gave it to that man with the hook, right? And then she manipulates poor Peter into thinking that she's dead and gets him to say the same thing over and over and over. So she becomes alive. I would never do that to you, Danny, or anyone else. That is disgusting. She's dirty.
And that's the explanation of how Tinkerbell became Anti-Tinkerbell.
It was all to do. It was during my political time, I think. It was like over 15 or so years ago. And my mates called me Tink or whatever. And I was like, I'd never do that because I'm not like Tinkerbell. I wouldn't sell you off to a lad that I don't know. I was like, if anything, I'm anti-Tinkerbell about it. And that's
where your name came from. Mm-hmm. That's my name. So since we're doing the name, how the names come around before we finish up, my It's the Danny C Show name, I was using my name Danny C on radio, on the internet. I was doing a radio show called the Danny C Show. And out of nowhere, I heard the lady that was on before me, she introduced it as It's the Danny C Show, and it stuck in my head. Nice. She's like, oh, up next, we've got It's the Danny C Show. And I was like, oh, hang on. That's got to catch.
Instead of saying, up next, the Danny C Show.
Yeah. But she came up, she said it that way, and I was like, hang on, that's staying in my head.
Has a nice ring to it in a way, you know?
And I was like, when I was thinking of a name, because I started on Twitch under my old PlayStation username, because I created my Twitch account.
What was that?
DJ Spotmeister. Ha! Yeah, that was my very first Twitch name. That's gone.
DJ Spotmeister.
Yeah.
It sounds like a kind of name that I would turn around and just say, like, what's your DJ name? It's like DJ Rectagaff. Like, that's literally...
But that was my very first Twitch account was DJ Spotmeister. That's where it came from. That's my... if we're going to go all the way back, it started from DJ Spotty from way back in 2004.
Oh, my God. Okay.
I've actually got an album cover of remixes that I did with my face on it and that name. I will send you that when I find it.
Send it to me. Please send it to me. I will share it with everyone else.
I've got remixes of songs I've never released publicly because of the lyrics and the
copyrights of it.
And and I don't fancy.
Are there bold words in your lyrics?
Yeah, there's some naughty, there's a naughty version of "Don't Stop Wiggle Wiggle" by the Out Here Brothers.
Oh my God!
And to make sure that no one does takes the two songs and mash them together, I'm not going to tell you the other part of the song, but I will tell you off podcast, so you'll know. But I've never released that, and I've played it to people in work, like in the car on the way home. I've given people a lift home, and I'd be like, "Listen to this, tell me what you think of it." They're like, "Fucking release it, stick it on TikTok, stick it on YouTube."
That was a big era though back in UK music as well, where they took two songs and mashed them together. Yeah.
And I never released them publicly. No one publicly has heard them. They're still locked up in my archive of backlog. And the only reason...
Or your content graveyard, like I have. Content graveyard.
The only reason I'll never release them is because I don't want someone to do what most people do nowadays, pardon the pun, is they steal stuff. Oh. And take the idea.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I'll sue everyone if they take my stream and be my idea.
That's the only reason I don't want to release it. But that's the backlog of my name. It came from DJ Spotty when I started doing remixes and was on the internet radio in 2002 on Fuse FM. Then I went from DJ Spotty to DJ Spotmeister, which is a really weird change because I met a German guy online and he was like, you should try this name. And Stiffmeister from American Pie. I think that's where the crossover came from.
Stifler. Yeah,
Stiffy. That was another reason for the crossover. And then eventually, when I started doing radio back again, after taking a break, we got It's the Danny C Show from the lady that introduced me. And I was like, that's sticking. That's where I want to go. The only ever time I've considered a name change was to drop the It's part. But I can't do it because someone on Twitter has the name the Danny C show on a dead account that hasn't been used. It hasn't been used in like forever.
I have a mate of mine, right, who has his email set up in a whatever way the name is, right? I can't even remember the name, but like it's specifically part of his name, right? So he gets an email now and again from another person from like the States or something like that, asking him to give up his email for him. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with people? Like, can you just go? He goes, if you're still alive, can you please make sure that you let me know? Because if your account is dead, I really want your name of your account. Yeah. Like people are odd and wild like that. Like, for example, Anti-Tinkerbell altogether on Xbox. Yeah. No one can have it because I can't even have it.
You can't have it.
I can't even have it, even though it's my full name. So on Xbox, I have Anti and then space Tinkerbell, right? So that's fine. That works. That works fine. I can't have it all together, though. It's not allowed.
Oh, that's weird.
Still don't know why. Yeah, don't know. Was a mixer partner for years. They couldn't even do anything about it. Didn't matter.
Oh.
Don't know. I don't mind it either. It's not like the biggest deal in the world anyway. So it's like, whatever. But like, still, it was just kind of like, it was a very odd thing to try and figure out, I guess.
Oh. Well, now you've got the backlog of the stories of how both names come around.
There you go. And even at that, like when people are trying to add me on Activision for like Call of Duty or whatever, they're like, "Oh yeah, what's your name? Is it Anti-Tinkerbell with numbers?" I was like, "No, it's just Anti-Tinkerbell." And like, well,
that was the one thing I noticed when you were in the partner Discord. I seen your name and I clicked it to make sure it was you. I was like, "Oh my god, it is you!" Because of the profile picture. And all your names for everything on social media was exactly the same. I was like, yep, that's Tink.
It's all confirmed and linked. Yeah, sir. Like, there's not many. So, like, but even at that, like, if you go in and you look it up, Activision, like, Anti-Tinkerbell, you'll just see Anti-Tinkerbell just to add. No, you don't have to put in hashtag number, blah, 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 because there's only one. And people are like, how did you get that? But even funnier is, like, if you add me as a friend on EA, it comes up at the time, because I seen this on Lost Drake side. So he added me as a friend, and it comes up multiplayer reveal badge next to mine. So like everyone else's names just blank, and then you just see like special, and I'm like, please take that off. Like, don't put any pressure on me.
No, I won't.
Yeah, it is. It's nice.
On that note, thank you so much for being a guest on the podcast on the D&D show. I really, really appreciate it. I've had so much fun sitting down and talking games and just rehashing and talking about the mixer days and the changes in YouTube. Catching up.
Yeah.
We should definitely do some PUBG at some stage and some Battlefield. I still have it somewhere. I'll send it to you. I still have a clip. I think it's on my Be Right Back screen when I plays random clips from Twitch of me shouting to Tink, that you were in one of my Battlefield games. There's a clip on my Be Right Back screen. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. It's me going, oh my god, it's Anti-Tinkerbell. And she's like, what? And I said, Anti-Tinkerbell's in my game. And that's the clip that shows on my Be Right Back screen from random clips from YouTube.
Oh my god, that's mad.
Yeah. I will find the clip and I will send you the link straight to
Twitch. Why do you poke me and be like, bitch, I'm in your game? I'm like, I'm here, bitches. Like, the hell?
I will find it on Twitch and I will literally send it to you so you can watch it in real time.
Grant, do it. Do it. I want to see that. Danny, thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed this very much. I'm like I'm trying to ease back into my own podcast and all this stuff. So it's nice to have the opportunity to kind of ease myself in with familiar people. Yeah. You know, like family like yourself. So I do appreciate you doing this. And it was fun.
Yeah. We've had a barrel of laughs and promote your own podcast. If you guys haven't, if you love me and Dee and you know what we talk about in games and wrestling and all that sort of stuff, go and check out Tinkerbell's podcast. She's going to promote it now in about 10 seconds. Ready, set,
absolutely.
Go.
Now, also, guys, if you want to check out It's Danny C Show. It's the Danny C Show. Not DJ Wreck the Gaff or whatever. Please, I'll drop it into Discord. I have it obviously linked into the descriptions, everything like that as well. Go and check him out. I think it'd be rude not to. Again, he's another part of the family here. If you're familiar with the Mixer family, you know him to see him. But if you're not, you will get to know him and you will enjoy him. So make sure you check him out and the rest of his shows as well. And also, if you want to check me out as well, do it, guys.
Yeah, make sure you check out Tink on everything. She's on every platform. She's like me. I'm friggin' everywhere.
I'm everywhere. I'm whoring myself everywhere. I'm everywhere, babe.
Now, on that note, guys, thank you so much for coming and chilling with us and listening. And if you haven't already, drop a follow on Spotify and Apple and Deezer and all the other frigging platforms that this podcast will be on in about 2 hours time when it uploads. And make sure you go and follow AntiTinkerbell on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. On that note, guys, say goodbye, Tink.
Bye.
Well, we will see you next episode next month, and maybe the returning D, who is currently on a house move in the States. He's having some nightmares with his move, but he will be back eventually. If he's not back next month, I'm sure I can call up Tinkerbell and we'll have another talk of whatever the subject is at the time.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about game AI and gaming.
Yes.
That.
Who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see if D gets his house, and if he doesn't, I'll call up Tinkerbell and we'll have a blast again. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your evening, enjoy the rest of your morning, whichever part of the time you decided to listen to this podcast. If you haven't already, drop a follow and say hello in the comments. Bye!